Oh, hey. What's going on? Stealthy Sammy in the chat writes the following. Hey, Sid, do you recommend garlic butter or regular butter on a steak? For the record, you need neither. Because the steak... Can I finish? Can I finish? How dare you? The steak alone, if cooked properly, beautiful. Chef's kiss. If you want to add a little something to it, maybe a little hollandaise sauce on the side, a little something like that. You can ask for that. But if you're going to pick between butter and garlic butter, obviously garlic butter is the better option because it has garlic in it. But really, with all three choices, you can't lose. Happy Friday.
It's the sickest podcast. Tune in for the audio, or you can even watch back. Giving players all the props, or put them on blast. We don't give no hot takes, only talk facts.
We're giving all our devotion, riding high on this wave of emotion. Going all out, yeah, cause this is our time. No, ain't no stopping us till we reach the finish line. All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick. On fire, we're ready to fight. We'll bring the house down tonight. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick.
Play it on the car ride, play it when you lounge. X and O, you know that we can hold it down. Shout out to my man Sammy, got it off the ground. And to all the listeners tuned in right now. Got debates, analysis, and speculation. This is sports talk for the new generation. You know where to find us, got a reputation. Sick podcast, your #1 sports destination.
We're giving all our devotion, riding high on this wave of emotion. Going all out, yeah, cause this is our time. No, ain't no stopping us till we reach the finish line. All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick. On fire, we're ready to fight. We'll bring the house down tonight. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick.
S-I-C-K, it's the sickest podcast. Tune in for the audio, or you can even watch back. Giving players all the props, or put them on blast. We don't give no hot takes, only talk back. S-I-C-K, 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 S-I-C-K,
All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick.
You are now listening to The Sid Seixeiro Show. Powered by Sick Media, the sickest Toronto sports show. Now, here's your host, Sid.
What up? What is up? The show's already been hijacked. Yeah. I'm not going to lie to you. Sid Seixeiro Show, powered by Sick Media. It is Friday, May the 22nd. You know what's happening 3 weeks from today? Canada, Bosnia, Herzegovina.
Let's go.
It'll be day 2 of the World Cup officially. That day, Canada is going to not lose to Bosnia 3 weeks from today at BMO Field. I'm not calling it Toronto Stadium. BMO Field. And then later that night, as a present to all of us, Paraguay will kick the garbage out of the USA down at SoFi Stadium. 3 Fridays from now, we're going to have a good time. We're going to have a good time today. We're live on X. We are live on YouTube. We're live on Facebook. To everyone listening on the pod, we appreciate you. We're approaching 20,000 subs on YouTube right now.
Let's get there.
Hit like and subscribe. We appreciate all the support. If the support continues, this thing's going to get bigger. And we thank you for that. Also, might as well say now, after mentioning Canada's date with Bosnia-Herzegovina 3 weeks from today, a reminder, Azo and I will be live streaming a lot during that Mundial, during that World Cup. Here's what we can tell you so far. All 3 of Canada's group games, after having a long meeting with Azo about it, we will be streaming those games. All 3 Portugal group games, including that intense rivalry with Uzbekistan.
Can't wait for that one.
In Houston, by the way.
Oh, what time's that gonna be
Uzbekistan and
at?
Portugal in Houston. What a setting. We're going to stream all of Portugal's group stage matches as well. We were going to do it with Italy. Things happen.
What happened?
What happened? Bastoni. Oh, red card. That's what happened. Don't get mad at me. I didn't make a slide tackle. By the way, in soccer, what would you rather have? Would you be down a man but tied? Or would you potentially be down 1-0, 11-on-11 if you're Italy? Because
I want 4 goalies.
That was the choice.
Oh,
You want 4 goalies?
I want 4
Portugal
goalies.
gives you 4 goalies. But all the Portuguese games, all the Canadian games, Azo and I will be here with you. And if you want to join us, please feel free. Now,
rather be down 1-0 full strength.
thank you.
Yes.
And by the way,
Of course.
and if you let the defender go by, I can't believe we're getting back to Bosnia, Italy, and the qualifier. If you let your defender by, guess what? It's Donnarumma on a breakaway. Donnarumma, last time I checked, pretty good goalie. So, give him a chance to make a save. Bastons. So we're going to do all the group matches for Portugal. We'll be here for Canada, obviously. And for all of those nations, round of 32 and beyond matches, should they get to that point. And then we'll roll the dice / see how Azo's mood is for the rest of the tournament.
Not good.
I can tell you Sunday, July 19th, we're probably streaming the World Cup final. We have to be on air when Coldplay is at halftime. We have to
Wait,
do
we
that.
don't even get halftime off?
No, are you
Oh
kidding?
my
That's when we
God.
do our best work.
I'm singing every song.
So that's the deal for the World Cup. I already got World Cup fever. I need a prescription.
You've had it for 4 years.
I've had it for 4 years. I love me this tournament. It's not the best quality soccer you're ever going to see is the irony of this tournament.
How
It's the
dare
highest
you.
profile. It's not the best soccer. That's the Champions League. And I'd say the European Championship's probably better than this.
Patriotic pride. Come on.
And there's Copa America elements that are
Oh
better than
my
this. But whatever.
Goodness. Oh,
Whatever. Doesn't matter.
way to kill the mood.
It's the World Cup.
Hey, guys, remember the pandemic?
Brought to you by Azo and Sid. I'm not going to start a story like that ever again. That is the worst. Who starts a story like that? Hey, guys, remember your worst ever memory? Let's start there.
Oh, you're locked in your house for 2 years?
Yeah. So the World Cup's on the horizon. Azo and I will be busy. We're looking forward to it. We've never streamed to that extent. We've streamed a few things.
Talk
We're-
about you.
And we're all
Speak for yourself.
you streamed?
No.
No, you haven't streamed anything. You streamed the washroom. That's where you stream. A frothy flow. And we're also streaming June the 26th, first 15 picks of the National Hockey League draft.
Write all this.
Write it down. Oh, I got to send you a schedule.
Yeah, where do I get my
I
schedule
got to send you a
from?
schedule.
It's changing all the time.
I used to work for people at a long time of companies whose sole job was the schedule. They never got it right. Always screwed up the schedule.
Jeremy
That's
in the
your
chat. Hey, Azo, horrible time of year. You're working every day.
No, Betway says it's a great time of year.
And of course it is.
Um,
Just
Okay.
found it funny.
Okay, the start of the show was hijacked. For those who don't listen to the cold open part of the show, which on Facebook, YouTube, and X is just us talking nonsense, and then we hit the opening.
That's why we do it. Give people a chance to log on, right?
That's the smart play,
Right.
courtesy of Sick Media.
They taught us their ways.
They taught us the way, the Caballero family.
It's true.
But somebody and usually we read one comment in the chat during the cold open. Today's comment for the listening audience went like this from Stealthy Sammy, who writes, Sid, do you recommend garlic butter or regular butter on a steak? My comment to summarize was you don't really need anything on a steak if the steak is cooked properly. But garlic butter is the bee's knees. What ended up going on in this chat is the equivalent of if the Leafs won the Stanley Cup. If you bring up steak and how to eat steak and things to put on steak, people lose their minds.
Mm-hmm.
And Azo has spent the last 4 minutes starring 90 comments on all of these topics that you have chimed in on and which we love. So I want to give this 2 minutes and have Azo go through some of the comments about steak, because when you mention steak in Canada,
of course,
people lose their mind, man.
Had a good steak last night. But hold on. Talking about
Hold
butter
on. Whoa, hold on. Okay, hold on. Before you start judging,
Yeah.
how did you cook the steak?
with butter.
Sorry, there's not butter in the steak. I'm
No,
saying,
but you cook it in a frying pan. First, you put a little oil, throw the butter.
So is it like a medium well? Is what I'm saying?
Oh,
Is it
no,
a
no.
medium?
Medium rare. Medium rare. Don't
Medium
go
rare?
over medium. You can't go over medium, dude.
Disgusting.
What? How do you eat yours?
Edible. That's how I eat mine.
Oh my god.
Edible.
See a little
Okay,
bit of
let's
blood?
go through some of the comments. There's a lot.
All right.
Go ahead.
The late shift said steak only needs one thing, and that's ketchup.
Whoa.
This set off a whole other thing.
Whoa.
This set off a whole other thing.
Whoa. And I love ketchup. I bathe in it.
Yeah.
I use it for my underlings.
Trust me, I know. I've seen you with some chicken fingers and fries.
Ketchup is an addiction of mine.
Oof.
I will never put ketchup on
No.
a steak. You're only allowed to do that if you're 8. If you're a grown-ass adult, if you're near getting your driver's license, you cannot be doing that in life. You cannot.
Super X Mystery said brown butter. Threw a little side.
I've heard that's tasty
slider.
too, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've never had it, but I've heard good things. Good reviews.
Cutest Effie said, let the steak speak for itself.
There's a lot of au naturel
Yeah.
steak lovers in the chat today. Definitely.
Shanta says, HP on steak. No way, ketchup.
See, here's the thing. Like barbecue sauce / steak sauce is the thing I have the least in my life. But when I have it, I'm like, this is the greatest thing I've ever had in my life.
I agree with
I
you.
don't eat it enough with my mouth. I don't.
Which, do you have a favorite? Like HP, A1? There's a few of them, right? Or just
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
McDonald's barbecue sauce.
Oh my God, that's not the same.
That's the greatest.
That's barbecue sauce,
Shut
though.
up.
That's different.
You shut up.
These are steak sauces. That's
Please
sauce.
mute your phone.
My mail's getting.
All right.
My mail's getting. Or my garbage is getting picked up
McDonald's
today.
barbecue sauce is unrivaled.
But hold on, there's a difference between
Unrivaled.
barbecue sauce and steak sauce. It's different.
To me, it's the same thing.
No.
Because barbecue sauce has the flavor steak sauce does not have. Steak sauce isn't necessarily a flavorful thing.
Mhm.
It's just kind of like brown. It looks like a mistake. Steak sauce, like barbecue sauce, has
It's
a little
redder.
maybe
Yeah,
a little redder.
Yeah.
Maybe it's with
It's like
ketchup.
a mix between ketchup
It's
and
ketchup
steak
light.
sauce.
It's
Yes.
ketchup
Right.
light.
Okay, I'm with you on
barbecue
that.
sauce.
Death Clutch says peppercorn sauce on the steak. A good peppercorn sauce is amazing.
I've never had peppercorn sauce.
Come
before.
on.
No. So
Really?
so you approve of the
I
peppercorn
do.
sauce?
Way better than like hollandaise sauce. When you said hollandaise sauce, I almost threw up in my mouth.
Gonna ring a ring a dong for a hollandaise. What else are people saying?
What else do we have here? Let's see. From Shanta again, that's about the only sauce. Maybe Worcester sauce, but ketchup? Hell no.
The ketchup sauce.
That set off
The
people.
ketchup on a steak is egregious behavior. That's not healthy behavior.
Flippin' A says any steak cooked longer than medium rare is no longer a steak, but that also depends on the thickness of the steak, which is fair. And I agree with him. You can't go over medium rare. Even medium's a bit too rough. You're chewing forever. Get out of here.
By the way, the most random comment I'm seeing right here, George in the chat, Keith Pelly eats his steak right from the packaging.
So you can wear red glasses with it?
Well, analytics say it's tastier that way.
Ooh, here's a good one. Blue cheese crumble on the steak is good. God tier.
See, I'm a fan of the blue cheese sauce.
100%.
Blue cheese crumble feels like a mistake to me.
What?
Like you're talking about the actual, like the cheese portion of that.
But it's in a bit of like blue, like
as
blue
long
cheese
as,
sauce.
long as there's a sauce with it,
But if it has crumbles in the sauce, you good with that?
I'll live with it.
Oh my God.
It's not my first choice.
Ooh, Thomas the Traveler almost rivals whoever said ketchup. Mustard on steak.
Okay, that's it for the conversation. We're shutting it down.
One more. Horseradish? Horseradish is good. You a horseradish?
Horseradish is a
Good.
chore.
What?
It's a chore. That's a rough eat for me.
Because you don't like to do work.
It's a little, isn't it not hot? It
is
your
hot.
sinuses
That's what I love
explode
about it.
with horseradish.
That's amazing about it.
It's like a horse kicking you in the face.
Griffey says, ketchup guy's got to go out of the chat.
Ketchup guy needs to take a break.
I think it might have been her. No. I don't know.
Ketchup on your steak is a 5-minute major in a game misconduct. Not reviewable either. That's immediate ejection.
Somebody says Frank's hot sauce because he puts that ish on everything.
I'm team. I don't want to divert to other sauces. I am team Frank's Red
Frank's
Hot.
Red Hot.
Yes.
I agree with that.
100%.
You always need that.
You need it.
The keg seasoning is the only seasoning I'll ever need for a steak.
Keg seasoning's good.
Jared?
Keg seasoning's really good.
I mean, that's where you go, right?
Heinz
57. Now everybody bringing up the different steak sauces from Raptors Gal.
Marcus in the chat, Sid's fitness progress has been destroyed. All that good talk with creatine down the drain. Maybe Manoa and Santander want to come on the show and discuss these options.
Let me close with Jeremy because I know you'll like this. Wrap steak in bacon and start chest compressions immediately. If you live through it, it was worth it.
Dude, 2 nights ago.
Filet mignon.
I did it. Dude, I'm about that life. Are you kidding me? Strong like bull.
You're like Okamoto.
Put bacon on anything.
You're Okamoto there. You're cousin.
Put bacon around mustard.
I'm strong. I'm manly.
And John Schneider also scares me. He has a red face. Okay. Good discussion. Hey, barbecue season, contrary to what you see in Southern Ontario, barbecue season should be here by now.
Where'd this come from again?
I don't know. Let's move on, though. Because not only is it barbecue season, technically, not only is the World Cup 3 weeks from today at BMO Field for Canada, Bosnia.
Did you call
La Rouge.
Did you call win in that? Or you just said they wouldn't lose?
I haven't even spoken about it yet.
Okay.
What are you doing right now?
You said at the beginning, you said they're not going to lose that game.
I haven't said anything.
Okay.
Hey, you don't put that hot sauce on me. All right.
And wait, in a week today, we get the roster for Canada, right?
Yeah, like I think let's top end of the Canadian soccer roster. I got news for you. Won't be a ton of surprises.
No.
But like there are the Kamal Millers of the team.
My boy Oso, he's not going to make it.
Oso's
he's on the fence.
On the fence.
Yeah, I know. I hope he does.
You know what killed Osorio's chances of making the team? I think he's going to make
playing
the
team.
For
TFC.
Well, he's playing actually decent for TFC.
No, I know.
But like did you hear him complain about the turf at BMO after the Inter Miami game?
No.
He lit into it to Matthew Chanel.
Good for him. I like that.
But that tells me, oh, you don't like this field. I don't know if I can bring you in my 26-man roster. That's how my mind works. I'm like, don't complain about the field. You have to play on it.
That's true.
Like, it's a great field. I feel free on this.
But hold on, they're not doing anything to the field before they play on it?
That's grass. Now, Osorio is of the opinion, yes, it needs work. But like,
you would think
it's grass, so they're already there. They're far more ahead of other venues. I'll say that too.
I stand with Oso.
I stand with Oso too.
Yeah.
There's no way it's great grass because the weather's also been ick around.
Yeah,
here.
that's true too.
So like,
that's a good point.
I'm sure he's talking truths.
He's been a long stay. He's always been good to me. We used to have him on the show, the previous show, all the time.
Love Oso.
So he's my guy. I love him.
I think he's going to make it.
Really?
But I felt weird about him complaining.
Most projections
about
I see don't have him on it, which breaks my heart. But
I think you do just like need one spot for a guy who's always been there.
That's that 27th spot?
And it's could. Yeah, he could. Because England did the same thing today, I believe.
Oh.
They brought like a 27th.
I heard there were some question marks there.
And there's another 20 people on the roster people are freaking out about for England's World Cup roster, which we'll get into.
They always freak out in England, though, don't they?
Yeah. Oh, they do. Well, for they're the Leafs.
They are the
Leafs.
Win. They also don't win.
In 1966. So in a few weeks, 3 weeks technically today, Canada, Bosnia. 3 weeks from today, Mitch Marner should have the cup up Yonge Street after winning it with Vegas. That should happen.
We're getting into that.
That should happen. And and there's a lot going on here. So last night, let's start with last night. And it's game one. One team hasn't played in like a year. And then the other team's the Montreal Canadiens. Montreal Canadiens, in theory, super tired. The other team in Carolina, feels strong like bull. Strong like bull. They've lost 16 of the last 17 conference final games, but sure. Strong like bull, Carolina. Ready to go. 11 days off. Modern day record for days off for a team going into a playoff series. It's never happened before. And what happened was a completely lopsided victory that was basically over by the end of 20 minutes. I know Carolina played well in the second period, but Carolina also didn't have a shot in the third for 18 minutes. 18 minutes! So this debate about rest and rust, and is the rest good for Carolina, or will they be rusty, or will it be some combination of the two? God, I was done with that discussion. Done. Because to me, it's obvious, yes, you're going to be a little rusty. Yes, maybe you're not going to be completely the team you were when you beat those bad teams from Philly and Ottawa. But it was an article I read before the game that told me everything I needed to know. Everything. It gave me every clue needed to come to a conclusion last night about what was going to happen Habs Canes game 1. And it was an article in The Athletic. And it was an article written by Sean Gentili and Julian McKenzie, both on the byline. Both good writers.
Great writers.
Love Julian. And the article was examining this issue, was the 11 days off between games for the Carolina Hurricanes after they bounced Philly in round 2. So they start the article by going back in time and finding another fairly high-profile moment where a team was on a run and then got a whack of days off. And the biggest obvious example they came across was the Anaheim Mighty Ducks. I believe they were still the Mighty Ducks back then, in 2003, when some of the worst hockey in league history was ever played, ever. But in 2003, the Mighty Ducks, who were ran by the late Brian Murray at the time, he was their GM, and a young whippersnapper behind the bench named Mike Babcock. So that was the Ducks team in 2003 in that postseason. First round, you may laugh at this, but they faced Detroit. Detroit were in the West still.
Whoa.
Ducks swept Detroit in the first round, 2003. Boom. Ducks then beat the Stars 4-2. So 6 games. Then 10 days off. Just the way the schedule broke. The Ducks were on a run in 2003 and then hit the handbrake. You guys are not playing hockey for a while. So the article written by Sean Gentili and Julian McKenzie, they got a hold of the goalie for the Ducks that year in J.S. Giguère. J.S. Giguère won the Conn Smythe that year. J.S. Giguère was off for so long, he did the Tonight Show before and after the Stanley Cup final. And it was a situation where they enjoyed the break, and there was a long break before the final too. They enjoyed the break, but this is the quote that both Julian and Sean got from J.S. Giguère about sitting out that length of time. Because they sat out the length of time, went to the final against the Devils in Jersey, lost both game 1 and 2, 3-0. They were not ready. The Ducks were not ready. This is what Giguère said in the article in The Athletic. It's not an ideal situation. I think ideally you get 5-6 days off where that gives you time to heal up a bit and recover. You're not going through a period of time where you know practicing is really hard. So that's from a guy who lived it back in 2003 in J.S. Giguère. Now, I wasn't surprised to read that in The Athletic yesterday. What I was surprised to see was the Canes strength and conditioning coach quoted. And let's just say Bill Berniston, who is the strength and conditioning coach of the Carolina Hurricanes, not only felt comfortable with their plan going into game 1 against Montreal, but was rather cocky about it. Here's the quote from the strength and conditioning coach of the Carolina Hurricanes before game 1 in the middle of 11 days off for the Canes. Quote, "I will take our situation 100 out of 100 times. Montreal has played 6 more playoff games than we have. That's tough mentally and physically. I give them a lot of credit. They're a great team. But I would much rather be in our situation when we played 8 games. I think we'll come out on fire." End quote. Now, Seth Jarvis made it 1-0 yesterday. So yes, to a certain extent, the Carolina Hurricanes came out on fire. They then gave up the next 5 goals. Technically 4. But then it was 5-2 after Slavkovsky scored in the second period. They score first. allow 4 straight goals in the first period. Carolina did. Why? Maybe they hadn't played in 11 days. Maybe that had something to do with it. And I got to tell you something. I'm not a huge believer in 2026 of bulletin board material. I think it's a little overcooked, much like my steak. But memo to the Canes, don't let your strength and conditioning coach speak anymore. Just don't. A little unnecessary. How did that plan look after the game last night, Bill? How did that look? I read that article yesterday from Sean and Julian, and I'm like, Canes are getting their ass kicked tonight. You have a former legend in goal for the Mighty Ducks, Jay Shiger, saying, yeah, this is not ideal. And then you have the strength coach cutting a wrestling promo on a team who notoriously choke in this round. Choke. They've now lost 17 of 18 conference final games. Lost. The Leafs would kill for that opportunity. But this is hilariously bad for Carolina at this stage. Say less is the key. I couldn't believe that quote from the strength and conditioning coach. That's the last you're going to hear of that guy. That I can tell you. So you heard the cockiness at some level going into this game 1 for Carolina. Didn't hear it coming out of the game. Rod Brind'Amour almost cried. And he's one of the best coaches in the National Hockey League after the game. I've rarely seen a coach have no answers. Rod Brind'Amour, after getting shellacked at home 6-2 against a tired team in Montreal, in theory, they had no answers. None. For those who missed it, this was Rod Brind'Amour after the game.
We weren't ready. Like, we weren't mentally ready to, like I said, play at that we had been playing. And it just, everything was just a little off. And they're a very, very talented team. And they you know, obviously some of them were just blown coverages that I don't know what we were thinking. But, yeah, that's a tough game because we're out of it, you know, 10 minutes in or down 3 or whatever. That's a tough hill to climb against a good team.
We weren't mentally ready. Whoa. A building was full last night. Building was loud. Kyle Bukoska said this morning it was as loud as he's heard a building in a while. And he's in Montreal now and again. So, like, there were so many alarms last night. If you're Carolina, I could barely keep up. There was your strength and conditioning coach popping off. There was the no shot on goal against Montreal for 18 minutes in that third period. Like, Montreal shut them down. Someone in the chat early before today's show, forgive me, I forgot the name, asked me if I was going to be nicer to Mike Matheson because I've been critical, and I have been critical. And other than Noah Dobson early in the game, I thought he was horrible in the first 5 minutes of that hockey game. That was about as sound defensively as you're going to get from Montreal generally. Like, when Carolina had all that pressure in the second, they created it. I didn't see a lot of Hab mistakes. I really didn't. And that was a sound defensive effort. It wasn't just Dobish bailing them out. He was good, again, but it wasn't just Dobish bailing them out. So the other thing that we're all asking ourselves going into that game is, okay, the first line of Montreal, what is this going to look like? Because Suzuki's been solid. Defensively, but offensively, he's been solid. Cole Caulfield, 1 5-on-5 goal this entire postseason. Uri Slavkovsky, 1 point 5-on-5 this entire postseason. An assist. So how is this going to look? Because if that gets going, heaven help everybody. Everybody. Seth Jarvis gets the first goal. Cole Caulfield, alone in front of the net. Pop! 1-1. And he released some energy on that celebration that was undeniable. Then our guy gets back to the bench and does this. For the listening audience, let me describe to you the look on Cole Caufield's face on the bench. He is a demon. He is like one of those demons you now see in horror film trailers that have become the norm for being the scariest things you've ever seen in your life. He's ready to rip someone's face off, Cole Caufield. And he's like one of the most pleasant guys on the roster. That is the face of determination. That is the face of, okay, that's how that feels. And that is the face of, we are just getting started. And considering the game Cole Caufield had last night, considering Nick Suzuki had his 3 assists last night, and considering the goal, I mean, the setup from Slavkovsky on Caufield's goal was really good. But considering the goal Slavkovsky had in the second period, check that third period, Slavkovsky's third period goal, which was beautiful. Svechnikov's still looking for his jock. We're all looking at that top line for Montreal that has been below average for 2 rounds. 2 rounds they've won, but has been below average. And we're all thinking, they're here. Now they're here. And there's one line that jumped into my head immediately, and it's from a really bad movie from 2010. Rotten Tomatoes, at the best, gives it a 40% rating. It's one of those movies I've never seen front to back. I've kind of seen a little on TV on like a Sunday night, and then I just wasn't that interested. And it's Clash of the Titans. The remake in 2010. The Liam Neeson Clash of the Titans. And there's a scene in a movie where Liam Neeson plays Zeus and he's fighting his son who's like a mortal. It's a feel-good family movie. But there's a scene where Liam Neeson is like, I need to teach my son a lesson. Because his son is like defending mortals. If you're Zeus, no bueno. That's a family rift. Liam Neeson is convinced that now is the time to release the true power that they have. And it's a monster called the Kraken. And I'm not talking about Shane Wright. I'm talking about unleashing a power that is undeniable and scares everyone. To the point where when someone says, release the Kraken, whether seriously or in a hilarious discussion surrounded by pints of beer, you know exactly what they're talking about. And I feel like this first line has been released. Martin St. Louis is Liam Neeson releasing the Kraken.
It is time for the mortals to pay. My child waits to do your will. Release the Kraken!
The Kraken has been released upon the playoffs for the first time. Montreal's top line, 30-goal guy, Slavkovsky, 50-goal guy, Cole Caufield. Cole Caufield. You know how many empty netters he scored this year? None. They have been dormant for 2 rounds and still won. Still won because the Alex Newhooks of the world and Jakub Dobisches and everyone else who's contributed, all of them, Zach Bolduc, you name it. You know who they are. They've all been there. And on top of that last night, for 2 rounds, basically, the Habs have had to have a scrum after every play against Tampa and Buffalo. No pushback from Carolina last night. None. They were defeated after the Cole Caufield goal. Defeated. So just so I'm clear, Carolina's off for 11 days. They get cocky about it. First line, they're going again for Montreal. Jakub Dobis is still Jakub Dobis. Carolina have this thing over their head about they never win games in the conference final. They've now lost 17 of 18. And on top of that, you're not going to push back physically on Montreal? When all of their muscle memory basically against Buffalo and Tampa is that's what Montreal face here? I might get in trouble for saying this. If this series was longer than 5 games, I'd be surprised. Montreal has these guys in their hip pocket. Jacob Slavin looked like a rookie last night. They're not fighting back physically. They do not play transition defense. Frederik Andersen, I'm not even mad at Frederik Andersen. Everyone walked in on him clean last night. What do you want Frederik Andersen to do? The Carolina Hurricanes story is a tragedy, but it's a serious tale. And we can no longer deny it. Over and over again, they come out of a garbage division. Every time. And the second they see the adult in the room, they soil themselves. Because Rod Brindamore knows what he's doing back there, and even he can't stop it. That team had no physicality last night. They could not defend. And they looked defeated 2 periods in. The Habs, if they keep it together and just keep playing like this, it's not going to be close. This is the worst team they've faced this entire postseason. That is not up for debate. From a garbage division that Carolina bangs on constantly, and we all go, oh my God, they're so good. Vegas had tougher competition this postseason than Carolina. I got news for you. Ottawa, not that good. Philadelphia, lucky to be there. I couldn't believe how that played out last night. I saw the clues before the game. You see it during the game. And as we digest it after, it's all the same conclusion. The Canes are out of their depth, and the Habs have a fantastic opportunity in front of them. Game 2 tomorrow night, Carolina. I know things happen. But what Vegas and Montreal have just done is put it in cruise control early, and they're allowed to make mistakes. That's a great place to be. Great place to be. Because even if the Habs lose tomorrow or if Vegas loses tonight, they're still in a great spot. And I believe the Habs will figure this out at home. They will. They have to. The crowd's too good. The Kraken have been released for the Habs. They're confident. They got a goalie. They're playing together. If you want to play rough, they can. And the first line has awoken like some giant octopus. Get the clubs out in Raleigh, North Carolina soon. I'm done appeasing that franchise. I'm done. I find it boring to keep pretending like the Canes are some standard. They're not. They're not. They just got the Rangers a lot this year. They got the Devils a lot this year. Like, we all can see that. Habs are going to win this series. And then who knows? Jeff has a party. Good afternoon.
Come on, say it. Say release the Kraken and bring me on. That's how you're supposed to do it.
Let Liam do me a favor. Let Liam Neeson. Let Liam Neeson.
No, that's for Caulfield.
No, do it again. Run it again.
Run it again.
I'm not saying it.
It is time for the mortals to pay. My child waits to do your will. Release the Kraken!
It's like the Finn Balor just back. What's going on?
We got to save that clip, but put different pictures.
We have some suggestions in the chat.
Oh, throw me a few. I missed that in the chat.
Absolute Cinema. That's cinematic. Save that from, sorry, I should be reading who said it. Dramega. The other one was from MVK. J Ray agrees with you. Demon Caulfield.
Demon.
Yeah.
It's Finn Balor. That's the demon, correct? You're right. Finn Balor.
Phil
The
Balor.
entrance? Yeah.
George says, I bleeped my pants when he said release the Kraken.
It's still scary. But, and let me correct myself. It's a squid.
Yes. Well, that's why you like it, right?
The Kraken
Seafood.
is a squid. I don't want to
Seafood.
offend the squid community. The
What's
Kraken
a
is
Seattle squid out in
Kinda.
Seattle?
well, actually, it's the Seattle. They're not a relevant franchise.
Right, true.
That's what they are.
So can I say this? Wubass in the chat says, bad metaphor, Sid. The kid comes back to beat the Kraken in that movie. Is that true? I don't even remember that. I remember the movie.
I haven't even seen it.
Yeah, no, but we're talking about releasing the strength.
Let's
you have.
stay in the moment of releasing the
Yes,
Kraken.
yeah, I
Because
agree.
when the Kraken's released, it's game on.
Which was their top line. We all said they had to get going, which is why I'm with you. I have faith that they're going to figure this out at home. Because if their first line's buzzing like they were last night, Carolina's done. Like, let's not forget, a lot of people picked Ottawa to beat Carolina in the first because they thought they'd give them some fight. This is the first time Carolina's been challenged at all.
At all. This is hands down the best team they've seen
Without a doubt.
with any regularity all year.
And again,
All year. Like, their division is so bad. The Metro is so bad. It's been bad forever. There's great individual players in the Metro. I want to separate the two. I know how that comes off. Not ripping Schaefer, Crosby, these great players, Jack Hughes. I understand. But as a team, as a collective, the Metro is a joke. We all know it. The best team in the Metro gets their ass kicked regularly by whoever comes out of the Atlantic. And it's never the Leafs. It's usually someone else.
what was the one year?
And I'm tired of pretending like we gotta pump this up like it's some real fight. The Habs are going to smoke them like a cigar. They have every edge. And if you want to get more gritty and greasy about it, go ahead. You think Josh Anderson's scared of you?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Knock yourself out. They could put Arbor Jack back in that lineup tomorrow if they want. But they didn't need it. That was the biggest thing. Martin St. Louis sits Xhekaj last night. Not that he plays big minutes, but you don't need him for that kind of game. It's not a physical game with Carolina like that. Oh, they got this wrapped up.
Like Howard
Wrapped
says, right?
up.
I thought the Canes would be a bit better because the Habs swept them in the regular season. So you would know what's coming at you. Again, this is a young team. I know it doesn't mean as much.
That one I have a tougher
No, but I'm saying it gives you something like, man, this team beat us all regular season. What are they doing? You think they would be a little bit more ready for it, is all I'm saying.
I'm shocked.
Now it's 4 games in a row they've beaten them all year, which is one in the playoffs. It counts for some, man. I'm sorry.
Like, even if Carolina improved by 60% tomorrow night, they're still losing that hockey game.
Yeah.
The gulf in play, in terms of maturity, in terms of structure, in terms of speed, in terms of skill, the only thing that could have happened that would have worked in Carolina's favor is if Josh Anderson got one of those breakaways, because he never scores on the break. That's the only thing that could have saved them.
Sure.
They were not winning that hockey game last night.
Yeah, Moose says it's just a good matchup for Montreal.
Trashed Paradise writes, soft.
A lot of people are saying that.
Carolina,
Joseph does.
that's the part of that they could control, and I saw nothing of last night, was a shove after a play.
But they were 8-0.
Do you think that kid Zach Benson for Buffalo would have taken that lying down last night? No chance. No chance. You think Jordan Greenway would have just said, okay, guys, no problem? It's like watching the Leafs play last night.
Yeah, well.
Nothing. No pushback whatsoever.
Montreal's had to fight their way through these playoffs when Carolina hasn't get pushed. Like, I know you talked about the time off, but that is what we're talking about here. The difference is, Montreal's played the maximum amount of games in 14, and Carolina played the least.
The
in 8,
minimum.
right? Like, it's crazy. Because you know what else that reminded me of when you were talking about JS Giguère? The year they faced, was that the same year they faced Ottawa in the finals? And there was like a week off, and Ottawa was on a roll through those playoffs. Do you remember that? And I looked it up. Their last game, it was weird.
No, that was the Devils. The one where they had the break was the Devils year.
Really?
It's when they lost to the
Because
Devils.
they had over a week the year they faced the Ducks in the finals too. There was like 11 days or wait,
that team, the Corey Perry gets left team.
Yeah. They had 9 days off that time, and the other team only had 6. It was like it was weird. Both conference finals were done, but they had a week off until the Stanley Cup playoffs. And when a team's on the roll, like I think a break like that would have hurt the Habs more than it would hurt Carolina, because the Habs are feeling themselves right now. You don't want that to die down.
No, you don't.
Right? Like they're a young team. They're playing with no fear. Their confidence is up. Of course, they're going to be flying around. They're going to be buzzing on the ice.
Thank you for that tee up.
Mm-hmm.
Because the other part of this last night, and I think it was Sean Reynolds of Sportsnet who asked the question in the media room of Martin St. Louis. Like, I don't care how busy the day is. If the Habs play the night before, there's only a certain number of clips I like to pull. One of them is going to be Martin St. Louis. I don't care what we have on the docket. I want to hear that guy talk. And Sean Reynolds of Sportsnet asked a pretty good question in terms of, like, what did you see differently in your team going into this game one than game one against the Sabres? Because the Habs were just spent against Buffalo. Spent. And remember, Buffalo went 6 games against Boston. They didn't have a ton of time off either. A little bit. But they went 6 games. So Sean Reynolds asked St. Louis, what did you see in your team that needed to change? And St. Louis' answer here is outstanding.
I'm sure you're seeing a lot of learning on the fly from this team. What did you see tonight or the days leading up to tonight that got such a different result in game one of this series coming off a 7th game?
Well, that's probably something I didn't see, because my guess is the group felt after game one in Buffalo that emotionally we weren't where we needed to be, if you compare it to the Tampa series. And again, it's not something that I felt personally because I'm not in the dressing room for that long. I come in, speak to the team, but like I'm not in there. So my guess is they handled that because that's their own perception. They're in the locker room. They know what they see, feel. So my guess is they handled that on their own. And I feel as a coach, you don't need to try to control everything. You have to lean on your group, the leaders and stuff. And they must have done that.
As a coach, you don't have to control everything. It's not what I saw. It's what the players saw. It's what I didn't see.
He always flips it.
He's big on leaving the room to the room.
Yeah.
Like he's big on that. He doesn't want it. He's not one of the guys. He's not like the Kardashian mom, who considers herself a lead character in the show. Mm-hmm. Like Marty St. Louis knows his role in the show. He's been in rooms before. He's probably seen meddling coaches before.
Oh, definitely.
And he knows that can be problematic. And I mean, I think what that clip also tells me from St. Louis is it's taken a while. They're a young team. They're the youngest team in the postseason. The truly great teams grab ownership of the entire thing from the coach. That's what he's telling you there. And you see it in every championship. Like, God bless Mark Daigneault at OKC. He's not running that team.
No.
He's not. It's Shea and Jalen Williams when he's healthy. He's not healthy now. But you know what I'm trying to say. Like, you can clearly see with certain championship teams when the squad says, we got it. We got it. And last night is one of those moments. And to hear him walk you through it like that in terms of how he views the room, Shakespeare.
100%.
Shakespeare.
Yep. From
Martin St. Louis.
You need someone to step up and take ownership, leadership, and not just as a coach, because as a coach, there's only so much you can do.
Correct.
There really is.
Correct.
You need somebody on the ice leading the way. And Montreal has it. And these guys who all came up together, who are all going to fight together. Like, for sure, the first line knew they had to step up. Again, they know Dobish helped them it was the main reason they got through Tampa. They know their secondary scoring was the main reason they got through the last round with Buffalo. Those guys know they have to step up if they want a shot at the Stanley Cup.
Great point. Where are the keys at in the chat? I like the handle. Where are the keys at? Forgive me. Sorry, there's a lot coming through here.
There is.
I don't know why Craig Berube is taking strays here.
Oh,
but Berube's taking. He goes, Berube doesn't want to coach 20-year-olds. Marty makes superstars out of them. Now, Marty also didn't have a choice. He's a young team. You kind of coach the team.
But he's also backed them the entire time when people were calling for change and doing stuff. Marty just backed them and said, no, they'll figure it out. And eventually you have to reward your coach for that.
I agree.
Right?
100%. Chris in the chat, Montreal Screwjob 2026 is coming. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know, man.
I don't know if I should do the Marner thing here.
Do it.
Because
it's game 2, Vegas and Colorado.
By the way,
tonight.
McCarr's out again. We can get to that in a second.
Whoa, he's out.
He's out again. Apparently he came out on the ice.
Whoa.
Where is it here? Yeah, he came out on the ice. He had a brief discussion. You can see him talking about his shoulder, and he's already been rolled out. McCarr will remain out of the lineup for game 2 versus the Golden Knights, announced by their coach.
That's no small injury.
No. Dude, he had a good break off in between series.
You miss game 1 of the Western Final, your team loses, and you're still not back?
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yep. Bednar confirmed it today.
Wow. All right. So, are we prepared for a Mitch Marner Conn Smythe picture?
Why shouldn't we be? But
to go with Jaya Giguère from 2003.
But I wanted to play on what was the handle? Where's the keys or whatever?
Yeah.
Said about Berube. Because like everybody's saying, the media ran Marner out of town. Think about this from Marner's perspective. It's the last year of his contract. Craig Berube comes in as a coach who wants to play the style of hockey that doesn't fit your game. He still had 100 points, but he had to fight for them.
Yeah,
and
he really had to stretch for that 100 points.
Yeah, he did.
Yes.
He did. But you see this new coach in, you win your division, and you're like, holy cow, the team's going to stick with this guy. I don't like playing this type of hockey. You know what I mean? Like, why would he want to be in a place where the coach is playing a different style of hockey? Vegas' style of hockey fits his game so much better.
And they have structured on top of it.
Right.
Yeah.
For sure. So, but it was the first year of Berube's contract. He thinks he's going to be around for 4 years, playing that style of hockey, probably knowing that they don't have enough, being through the playoffs 8 years in a row and losing.
I think
then the one place they ask him to waive his no trade, if you want to be mad that he didn't waive it, it's the Carolina, a place that has an even bigger defensive structure. Those don't suit his game. He went and decided to play for an organization that suited his game a bunch more.
Well, there were a lot of reasons he didn't waive his no trade
Right.
when they asked him to Carolina.
No, but I'm saying Carolina's going to be, since he had the choice, that's not where you want to go and set up, especially having a wife who's about to give birth or whatever it was. If you have a family, I'm just saying, these have to factor in.
They do. And also the way, and considering what the team is really about, I'm stunned Nick Ehlers signed there.
Right.
This is not some organization that has it is a marathon in professional sports. And the way that Carolina have got their team together, if there's certain aspects that are impressive.
Mm-hmm.
There is no way Tulski has put together a marathon team.
Right.
They're not. Anyone in Toronto that's watched Frederick Anderson knows that. So I just think it's a wild moment to have them under the microscope, because it's now we've all kind of I think people have been polite about the history with Carolina. They're trying to be polite. What I'm telling you today is I'm tired of being polite.
No,
I'm tired of being polite. That team reaches its max 2 rounds every year because they're up against garbage. And then when the big people come into town, it's what are we doing here? You can tell me all you want about Tulski and their structure and this and that, but it ain't that impressive to me when you look like this in your biggest games of the year. It's not like you're going to game 7 of the conference finals. You're getting dusted.
Well, again.
You're getting dusted.
Again, look what the Stars did after losing 3 in a row last year. They got rid of their coach.
Well, and the coach kind of set that up for himself, too.
Well, no, it's true. But everybody's going to get frustrated at some point, is what I'm saying. If you keep going to conference finals and losing 3 or 4 consecutive years.
And by the way, since we're on the Marner discourse, can we sit here for a second?
Yeah, no, let's please.
Let's one more thing about Marner, and because the more I'm watching Marner, the less angry I am at how it played out.
100%. But I hate hearing the discourse that the media ran him out.
No, the media.
The team ran him out.
Let me clarify for everyone, because I'm in this town. Mitch Marner left Toronto because of one thing. He was scared of the pressure. Look at the numbers. Games 5, 6, and 7. Look at how it ended last year. 2 games at home. Look at how the visuals looked. He's screaming at teammates. He's trying to make it look good. He was scared. That's fine. That's fine. To pin it on anything else is completely ignorant, in my opinion. Completely ignorant. Because if he was going to sign up for more years in Toronto, it was more years of that kind of pressure. He didn't want that kind of pressure. He wants Torts has the bus going in 10 minutes pressure. I got to go. That's the pressure he wants. All right, that's up to him. That kid was scared in this town, and we saw it over and over again. It's fine. You don't think he was scared in this town?
You don't think some of that is blamed on the organization? They could never fill the team around those guys? I get what you're saying,
right.
And you're 100% right.
And filled it with what? Filled it with that great...
Did you not go on a rant saying that they have to build this team
Filled it with
properly?
that great $7 million hometown discount he gave them? Really?
But we're talking about
Really?
the organization putting them in a spot where you said they never had the secondary scoring.
But
They never had bodies around
But
them.
if we're going to have the media discussion,
No,
because that's what I'm talking about.
okay, but I'm talking about the team didn't help them either.
No, but that discussion was different. We had that discussion about why he's winning. That was a why is he excelling in the postseason
Because it's
discussion.
a better system and program. It's a better team.
Thank you.
Right.
The other conversation is why he left.
Mm.
Why he left is not the same reason. You think his drive to win a cup was so great that that's the only reason he left Toronto?
No.
That's
No,
what
of
I'm
course.
saying.
But I'm saying when you work
That's
for
what
somebody
I'm
for
saying.
8 years and they're not putting you in a system, like you don't have the right to leave and try and go somewhere else.
No one's saying that. I never said
I know,
that.
but I'm saying that
What-
lends to it.
What I'm saying is,
His time was up and he had a right
when
to
it
leave.
comes to the media finger pointing in this town, which
Yeah.
still happens from people who do not live in this
Right,
town.
right.
I'm telling you, because I live in this town and a lot of other people cover that team live in this town. He crapped his pants in the biggest moments in this market.
Okay, nobody can argue that.
That's all I'm saying. If you want to talk about why he's excelling, that's a different
With
discussion.
3 other guys who crapped their pants every time, even though they were getting paid top money.
Yeah. Now the difference is John Tavares begged to stay because the kids like their school.
And that's all I'm saying about Marner.
Like, it's a whole different thing.
You can't get
It's
mad
a
at the
whole
guy for
different thing.
making a good decision where he sees a coach come in. That's like, being misused at work and you don't like the setup or the way things are heading.
Oh, believe me.
Like you, of course. Like you can,
Believe me.
You don't think Marner, like again, Berube was in the first year of a contract. They win the division. He knows it's just going to continue. Why wouldn't he leave and go somewhere that fits his style, fits his game, that is much more relaxed, plays much more offensive? Like, why wouldn't you? And again, the one place you ask him to waive is Carolina. Probably like as much as we see these guys aren't winners, they know they're not winners. Like he felt it for 8 years in a row.
But that's not why he didn't waive his no trade to Carolina. You know why?
Because
he
it's
didn't waive his no
Carolina.
trade.
Why would you want to go to Carolina
No, but
for
like
2 months?
again, like the personal thing, like to ask, it's still the dumbest thing Treliving ever did, and even to leak it out.
Yeah.
I don't know how that got leaked out. I always assumed the Leafs were trying to put pressure on him. Was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. His wife's about to give birth. Go to Carolina, a team who, by the way, was in the midst of screwing up their complete roster structure with the
That's what I'm
Miko
saying.
Rantanen thing last
Just
year.
tried
No
everything.
clue what they were
Yeah,
doing.
exactly.
None. So you want him to just uproot to that? Give me a break. Rick Woods in the chat. Azzo nailed it. Marner was but one of 4 that effed in the playoffs. I started reading a comment with swearing, and I had to edit it on the fly.
Okay. Yeah, well, you just wanted to give me some because they said I was right. I appreciate.
I saw the
that.
first part. I didn't see the
appreciate
profanity
that,
at the
of
end.
course. Well, I didn't show it, but that's good. Listen, there's a lot of reasons for the Marner thing. I just think it's ridiculous that we're still bringing it up and that people think it's the media.
Well,
that
we
did.
are, but like it's not ridiculous for bringing it up. The guy is on the verge of maybe winning a Stanley Cup. I'm going to fight back on that. It's not ridiculous to bring it up. The guy is right
No,
now in
but
the
why
middle.
he left?
He's the middle, but that's part. Listen, it's going to be part of the story. Any high-profile athlete who leaves, if Jaylen Brown leaves the Celtics this offseason, is in NBA Finals the next year, what's part of the discourse? Of course, that's part of the discourse.
to go to a better run organization. That's the winner.
So you want people to ignore that he was a leave?
No, I don't want him to.
Yes, you
ignore
do.
it.
That's exactly what you do.
But to compare to anyway, yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying, though.
I do.
You don't want that brought up by other people who aren't from around here.
No, it's just
We don't
old
have
now.
that luxury.
It's old at this point. He
It's-
made a
I
decision
don't-
and he moved on. For
I don't know how
multiple
old it
reasons.
gets. If he wins a Conn Smythe,
But you think he was wrong
It's
in leaving?
just-
You think it was a bad decision or he shouldn't have left?
no, he should have left because he was scared here. He was scared here.
If you want to win and you went to a better organization.
You don't think Mitch Marner was scared at the end of playoff series in the Toronto market? You don't think so?
Of course. Why would you want to keep going through that?
Okay,
that's
but
the,
no,
and
hold
that's
on.
the definition of
I'm just
insanity.
asking you a question about the point I made. Do you think he was scared at the end of those playoff series? Yes
I
or
don't know
no?
if I'd use the word scared. The pressure got to him.
I could use a stronger word, but I can't. I don't want to on this show. I could use a way stronger word than
I
that.
don't know if I'd say scared.
Oh,
Just imagine
I
doing-
think a lot of people would.
For 8
behind
years.
the back passes like a 9-year-old. Come on, man. Give me a break.
But that's
wait-
the culture
he's-
that was in this organization.
ex-
It's not just him.
Yeah, but then they go to Florida for Game 6 and win. The second he gets back in front of his people,
A
it's
one-
diarrhea.
What did they win that
So
game?
what is
like
that?
1-0, 2-0. They got lucky. Their
It was
goalies
like
bailed them out.
2-1.
Yeah,
or-
their goalies bailed them. That team,
Okay.
those 4 guys didn't win that game for 'em.
So it didn't seem that scared in Game 6 away from Toronto. He's back in
They got
Toronto,
lucky
Game
'cause
5
the
and
goal-
7. What happened?
Oh,
What happened? He's exactly where he should be right now.
Yeah.
And he knows it.
And he's going to thrive.
And
he's
knows
going to
it.
win the Conn Smythe.
But I'm telling you, I know it too. And more people in this town know it. And everyone outside of Toronto wants to start this discourse continuously because you're a punching bag and you don't watch any Leaf games. Go ahead because it makes you feel
hold
comfortable.
On. That pressure he's scared of, where does that come from then in your eyes?
Because he knows he's not up for it on his own. And the Leafs needed him because of the structure of the team to be a self-starter. Vegas, you don't have to do that. They're a bit of a better team. They draft better than most teams. He doesn't have to be the sole piston in the engine.
But he wasn't here either.
Yes, he was.
What?
Yes, he was.
You're saying he's over Auston?
He's one of the Pistons.
Right. And which is exactly what you're saying he is in
what's
Vegas.
the deeper hockey team, Vegas or the Toronto Maple Leafs?
Well, okay, so now we're talking about the structure of the
teams.
teams.
That's what I'm saying. No, but what I'm saying is in that structure of the Leafs here, they need him to be Alex Newhook. They need him to have
somebody
6 goals in the first 2 rounds of the playoffs.
They need somebody to be. Auston could have been that guy.
Could
Willie could have been that guy.
Could have been Marner.
Right.
Could have been Marner.
But it could have been Willie. Could have been Auston. Could have been
Could have
John.
been Marner. Listen, all I'm telling you is that guy looks scared in his final 2 games as a Leaf in this city. Scared.
And he's yelling at guys.
He did real tough guy. He did the right thing by leaving. He was chased out by the ghosts.
Ghosts of what?
Worked out for Sam Darnold. Sometimes when ghosts are out there, it's good for you. Sometimes in your career, it works out when you see ghosts. I'm just telling you, he was scared. No one can debate me on that at the end of his Toronto tenure. The second he goes away from home, no problem. Games 5 and 7, biggest games of his career as a Leaf.
In a much better situation.
What do you mean in a much better situation?
Well, what players who will take those reins and he doesn't have to?
But he's being paid to take some of the reins.
Okay, but he is. He's the leading point scorer
right.
in the playoffs.
But they're also getting goals from like Brett Howden's.
Right. So that's the team that has to blame for that.
I'm telling you why, again, and we'll wrap it up. Why he left and how he's excelling are not the same argument. Why he left is this pressure he was never going to rise to because he's not like that.
But if
that pressure down there with a deeper team allows him to be more him. He hasn't thrown a body check the whole postseason. He hasn't changed.
Because he doesn't have to.
He doesn't have to because other people do.
You think he threw one here?
Around here, no one threw a check.
Yeah, so how is that on him?
So then everyone gets exposed equally.
Right.
But over there, he's allowed to be him way freer. And that's why he's excelling.
So let me wrap it up. So this is what I'm saying. So he took himself out of the bad situation here and put himself, because he has that choice, because he could, and put himself in a much better situation in Vegas. And people are going to be mad at that?
But, well, listen, people are going to be
blame
mad.
the pressure that he wanted to leave here?
If people are going to be mad at that, that's not anything I can comment on.
Right.
What I'm telling you is when I saw that player in that building, a building he grew up watching his heroes in as a kid in this market, games 5 and 7, he needed to get as far away from that building as possible. And he did the right thing.
But the whole team.
Well, I can't speak to the whole team. Tavares begged to stay. It wasn't the whole team. Tavares couldn't wait to stay. $1 million a year, sure.
No, but I'm
problem.
saying in those moments you're talking about where he didn't show up, the whole team didn't show up in that
I'm not absolving anybody. What I'm telling you is again, I did not see bravery when I saw that kid play for the Toronto Maple Leafs. I didn't.
But are you giving Willie more because he re-signed for 8 years? Like, do you give him more credit?
I give none of them credit.
Right.
You're not you're asking me about Marner. You want to have conversations about the rest of them.
I'm saying he chose to leave here because of that. Because he wanted to put himself in a better situation. If you have 2 teams you can go to and one has a crappy structure with a bad coach and you can go to there that's got a winning culture for 9 years, would you not go to the winning place?
There's a lot of hockey
where your
teams.
skill can thrive more?
Vegas are not the only winning culture in the National Hockey League. I got news for you. I'm just telling you.
What does that have to do with it? You could have went everywhere.
He literally,
let me ask you
this. He literally went as far away as humanly possible. Well, no, I shouldn't say that. California's further away. Oh. But he went as far as you can get to get away from Toronto. And I just believe, listen, you and I are not going to agree with this. I think he left Toronto because he was scared of Toronto. Okay. I'm sorry.
Which part has to do with the media. So you're saying what people are saying.
No, listen.
Part of it has to do with the media.
Hey, listen, guy on Twitter ripping
Marner
Marner left and right. Are you the media?
Yeah, no, it's true.
Are you the media?
Too. For fans blaming the media?
What's the media?
No, you're right. You're right on that.
What are we talking about? I hate the media. Grab my phone. Marner, you suck. Marner, I want to drop garbage on the lawn. Okay, is that the media? Is that? I don't know. Someone answer me that if that's the media.
Yeah.
I saw a scared kid. I saw a scared kid who did the right thing for him and his family.
You're right. He mentioned the stuff he
no
took
more,
on socials
no less.
And stuff.
That guy, the Leafs needed 4 guys to carry the whole operation. He wasn't up to it. He's up to a different operation where it's built very differently.
Right.
And he's excelling. And
Right.
good for him.
Exactly.
But in terms of how the Leafs do things, they needed a hero. And he's not wired like that.
But whoever said he wasn't the first overall pick. Like, he's not the captain.
Well, he was top 5.
Okay, but
He wasn't the first
we're
overall.
putting that
He
all
wasn't a
on him,
nobody.
like.
He wasn't a nobody.
I'm just saying. I think he had a right to say I'm out of here, especially
No
with
one's-
Berube
am
coming.
I
in.
telling you he didn't have a right to say out of here?
But I wouldn't call him scared. That's not why he left.
I'm using that word 1,000%. Are you kidding me? Susan in the chat. He refuses to listen to you, Azo. Ever.
No,
No,
we're saying the same
that's
thing.
not true.
Just
Azo
we're arguing about
Basically
yesterday.
agreed with me the whole time.
But again, would you want him to play for Berube for 3 more years? He's on the first year of his contract.
Yeah,
Again,
but hold on. The Berube that ended the season where Marner left won a division.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So let's
Marner would.
let's
think
remember
that,
what Berube we're kind of talking.
I know,
about,
and
right?
that's what I'm saying to you.
Right.
The team would be committed more to Berube's style because they're coming off a year where they won the division, even though his style sucked and everybody knew it. He got bailed out by his goalies. You've said that 100 times.
Or maybe they just were a pretty good team back then. I don't know.
It was the same team minus Marner.
I don't know.
What do you
They-
mean?
They won a division. They weren't like the 5th worst overall team that year. He left a division winner.
Right. And what was the difference? Marner was the one thing that was gone.
Well, and Tanev.
Right. Well, Tanev got hurt.
Tanev's kind of
He was
important.
on the team.
Tanev was kind of a big time
So now
player.
you're in
on
that
team.
camp. It was all about Tanev getting hurt, huh?
You don't think Tanev
He had something to do with it.
last season?
You think?
I would argue Tanev's absence had more to do with last season than Marner.
Okay, I can agree with that too.
And it's not like the goaltending was bad. Goaltending went from like best in league to middle of the pack.
Yeah.
That's it.
No, I agree. But you think Tanev's the reason they didn't win the division last year?
Well, they didn't do a lot of things last year.
Exactly.
The way other guys looked, if Tanev played last year, they contend for wild card. Maybe. And I'm saying that, and I'm hedging the comment when I say that. We talked about a lot of Leafs just now.
Same team minus Marner. Really, Azo put the spliff down? Like, tell me who was different. Joshua?
Hold on,
Like-
wait a second. You've had a spliff the whole time?
Yeah, I wish. Maybe
Are you
that's
kidding?
why it's the whole thing. Like, tell me what the difference was on this team
Um,
from the year before, besides Marner and to your point, Tanev going down. Who did Treliving bring in?
Well, that led to the downfall.
Yeah,
Michelli, Dakota Joshua, re-upping Max Domi.
but who did they lose that really cost them? Besides Marner, like what was the big minus?
It wasn't It wasn't losing people that did them in. It's who they brought in.
Right,
That was way worse.
that was trying to replace Marner.
Yeah, and they were
Yeah.
lousy hockey players.
Right.
And
But the core of the whole team is the same. Their whole defensive core was back from the year before they won the division.
listen, I'm not going to sit here and argue to you. Like,
No, I'm just trying
to.
to defend the Chad who are saying the team was like way different than the year before.
It wasn't that different.
It wasn't that
No,
different.
it was.
That's all I'm
The
trying.
Tanev injury is significant,
Of course.
but like they didn't have another defensive injury.
right.
If anything, a healthy Riley hurt them more.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, let's be honest about it.
and who was up front?
and-
Once they lost Marner, they couldn't figure out their lines.
And yeah,
Their
I'm not.
fourth liners are playing in their first line.
Yeah, I'm not going down that road. I'm with you. Andrew in the chat. This autopsy was great. So, like I said, the Habs big win last night.
Huge.
1-0 lead over Carolina. Did you hear Darren Dreger on Overdrive yesterday?
I did actually.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
For those who missed it, this was the Auston Matthews comment. And again, like Dreger's taken a little bit of heat the last couple of weeks. For those of you who listen to this comment and go, "Good job, Dregs," I don't know what to tell you. Dreger said the following on Auston Matthews. There does seem to be now a growing sense that he's more than willing, of course, to get there in training camp. It's just his hope, and maybe expectation is a better word, that the team is better. His expectation, Azo. Azo, let's talk about Auston Matthews. Because really,
This won't start anything.
no, this won't start anything. Auston Matthews is not entitled to tell you a thing.
Right. And he's proven that he won't.
And he won't. And every report that's come out, which has been very consistent, Frege, Dreger, you name it, Saravelli, whoever, has been Matthews is sitting back, rehabbing, arms crossed, saying, show me. Show me. Now, the offseason hasn't really begun in earnest at all in the National Hockey League, except for like hirings and firings and coaches and GM's offices. and president offices. But I do not care what Auston Matthews thinks about the team composition if you're not going to tell me you're sticking around.
You can't.
I do not care. I don't. He can't spell GM. I don't care. I do not want to hear it. I hope Chayka and Sundin are not beholden to it. Is it important? Of course it's important. That's your captain. But if your captain's going to sit back and want all the assurances in the world, like, if any asset on this team is burned to make Auston happy, this organization is beyond screwed. Like, worse than it looked last year. Worse. Let decision makers make decisions. They're going to screw up. They're going to hit maybe a home run now and again. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Heaven help every Maple Leafs fan anywhere in Canada or around the globe if Auston Matthews has a single shred of input, a single shred about roster composition. You can ask him what he might think. There's a report saying, maybe we need to be a little bigger up front. Maybe we need this, maybe that. That's fine. Every exit interview is kind of like that. What do you think? How can we get better? Okay. But what we can't do in Toronto is have a hockey team here who's afraid to make a move. Because, guys, I got to call Auston. Hold on a second. I got to call Auston. Nope. Not happening. Can't happen. Can't happen. If you want to have a captain like Nick Suzuki, who goes to bat for his team to not change at the trade deadline to Kent Hughes, that's a different conversation to me. That's a different type of leader. The captain who sits back and goes, I need you to make me happy right now, making $13.25 million a year. No. I'm out. I am out on that philosophy. I still think Auston Matthews is a pretty damn important hockey player to this team. I don't want to get it twisted. I do not want to get it twisted. Player personnel is not his specialty. It is not. You do what's best for the organization because something tells me Auston Matthews has already decided whether or not he's leaving. So go about your business the way you normally would for the best interests of the organization. This talk of expectation in a stretch of play for the core of this team that have done nothing. Do you know how many Stanley Cup finals the Leafs would have been in taking on Carolina in the semis every year? Do you know how many blown opportunities the Leafs have really had? Like, I don't think you get it. That Carolina team you saw last night, that team for 10 years has been sitting, waiting for you in the semifinals every year, basically. 4 out of 8, 4 to the last 8, minimum. Can't get through. Can't figure it out. Leafs should have been in 3 Stanley Cup finals based on what I saw last night. Canes have lost 17 of 18 conference final games. Players have had a lot of input in this city. A lot. Too much. Too much. Auston Matthews has already decided what he's going to do, I suspect. Let's not play this game. What I'm really trying to say today is this. Let's not act as if he hasn't. Let's not act as if any decision by the Toronto Maple Leafs going forward will leave Auston Matthews going, you know what, Judd Moldaver, my agent? Now we got something to think about. Because I don't think that's the case. Then you're done. Then you're Jim Rutherford. Then you're Vancouver. Then it's Quinn Hughes. Can't be doing that. I just want to say that publicly. I don't care what Auston expects. Because for what they're paying him, the fan base expects 40 goals. Sometimes we don't get what we want. Now, maybe that's a Berube system thing. We're about to find out. We're about to find out. Auston Matthews cannot be allowed to be the GM of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Can't happen. If that's the case, just trade him to Minnesota now. Let Bill Guerin have him. Let San Jose have him. It is a destructive mentality. And for the fan base's sake, I hope it doesn't happen. Azzo, I have to say, you've been on this way longer than me. The talk that you're hearing as well about he expects and he kind of hopes and he expects.
He wants to wait and see, which you can't have.
Nope.
Because, no, actually, you know what? You can't have that, but I just, you have to know where Chaika's head is at. And from everything we know, Chaika isn't bending over to this guy. He hasn't rushed to go talk to him, which I kind of like. Or for the fact that we don't get the perception that he is running to talk to Auston to get his intake.
We were told scheduling issue is what we were told.
Right.
Scheduling issue.
So I like that because he's going to sit and wait no matter what. But you just can't make the moves you want to make. You can't make to appease this guy. You can't.
I'm with you 100% now.
You got to start thinking. And now that you've got the number one pick overall, just start looking at the future. And hopefully, you know what? I'd make moves to maybe say he doesn't want to be here. Again, if you can prove you want to rebuild and he wants to leave, maybe get something for him.
Because I have come around on this one.
Yeah.
You and I had some goes on this, and I was like, well, you gotta listen to him. You gotta do this. You gotta do that. I don't know. I've turned around. I'm a changed man.
Yeah. And I think you can pitch it to him. Then you make moves purposely to want him to leave.
And this has nothing to do with the first overall pick.
It
has nothing to do with it.
I think that escalated it. You don't think it escalated
that
it?
first overall pick's not going to be an impact player for you for minimum.
No, but it affects your future. You can start rebuilding around that.
For sure. No, 100%. It does. But I mean, in terms of just as an organization to have there's just too many examples now around the National Hockey League of this story playing out. Is my point.
1,000%.
And if you're the Leafs, you're way too big an organization just to do that.
1,000.
And on top of that, the Marner embarrassment maybe just beginning.
Well, that's the thing, though. We're just going back down that road.
Maybe just beginning. Yeah. And there's so many reasons why you can't let that play out that way. And so I fully support if John Chaik and Matt Sundin want to play hardball on this. I think it's healthy.
But that Marner thing is I think it scares a lot of people because that's what everybody's afraid of.
Of course it does.
They go somewhere else and he becomes a star there, or he becomes the Conn Smythe, or he leads the playoffs in scoring.
No, but listen, Auston Matthews.
So when you say Marner's scared, the organization's scared too. So are fans.
But what I'm saying is it's not even Auston Matthews goes somewhere else and wins another Hart Trophy because I don't care. My point is you let him walk for nothing again. We're really doing this again. You are not an actual sports organization at that point. You are child people just acting as if with suits. But you have no idea what you're doing.
They already screwed themselves on this because they signed him to they gave him a 4-year contract. They gave him a no movement clause.
But that's not this regime. This regime is faced with a completely different reality of how they can.
I know, but they still have to face the no movement clause where he has final say. He can that. Why do you think he's sitting back and just letting them make their moves? Because he can.
Again, listen. All I know is if this organization pulls a Marner one more time with someone who's more important than Marner,
I agree.
There needs to be a boycott down at that arena.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding.
No, I know.
People finally, I think, will wake up in this town if that happens. We're not far. And I am hoping because I am still being very positive about Chaik and Sundin because why not?
They've made us believe some of the right things.
I mean, it's been...
No, I know. His first move is going to be very telling. If the first move is to go get Trocheck, then you know what he's doing.
Yeah, Trocheck would scare me a little bit.
Right? Because that means they're trying... Dude,
but Trocheck,
does any fan think you can turn this around in a year or less than in 2 months? You can turn this thing around?
But Vincent Trocheck's different in that there might come a day where you need a center.
Yeah.
I don't look at Trocheck as just making Auston happy because that's not a guy who's playing on his line.
But it's more a short-term fix than a long-term.
No, he's signed for a few years, Trocheck. He's not a 1-year rental. He's not. If they bring in Trocheck, I actually think there's a part of me that thinks it's proactive. Because Tavares isn't playing center much longer.
Right.
We might have seen him play center for the last time as a Leaf. And the other thing is, if you lose Sundin, if you lose Matthews, you need a guy. So
but again, where's this guy won? For a 32-year-old, you're going to bring a guy like that in? Is that what this culture needs? Is that what this team needs?
It's a good point, and let me follow with this. I don't think there's any really good trades out there for the Leafs that don't include the highest of the high draft picks. The Leafs do not have the type of prospect capital and roster composition right now to pull off very good deals.
Right. No, you're right.
Every deal the Leafs make, the fan base better get ready. For the next 18 months, every deal the Leafs make, you're going to get back something where you go, oh.
Really? That's it?
You just got to get ready
That's
for it.
true. You're not going to win any of
You
these
just got to,
trades.
no, you're not. I'm not saying you don't do them.
Yeah, of course.
I'm saying what you get back is going to be like when the Darnell Nurse Riley thing was floated. The response in this chat
Everywhere.
was fascinating.
I heard some other
It's like,
stuff
don't
online.
do it, don't do it, don't do it. I'm like, what do you think you're getting from Morgan Riley?
No
guys?
kidding.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What do you like? What's the deal? What do you honestly believe? Now to be fair about it, there's a lot of Leaf fans out there who like don't kind of follow the league like that, and that's fine. People have lives. I get it. You and I sit here and we just consume everything, and we live the fantasy life. But like, I think for people who follow it, they understand the Leafs are not going to make a trade. If they do, Chayka is a genius, but they just don't have the tools to make that kind of move
and
where
win
you're
trades.
like, whoa.
But again, to me, it's about getting younger. Like, take a few prospects. Maybe you give up something, get to, and with the cap going up, they might be able to. Because teams are going to need higher salaries to get to that floor. And maybe you can get a prospect back in that. Like, dude, Trocheck's only signed till 28, 29. So he's got 3 years left. So if you get Trocheck in, to me, that means you're going to ride out Matthews next 2 years and try and make a run in Matthews.
Trocheck still gives you time, though, if you have to trade him after
but
this
to me,
season.
that means you're not going to move Matthews after you bring Trocheck in.
You could after one season.
I think that's then you're going to have to try and move Trocheck again too.
Well, I mean, listen, one trade a guy out at a time at center. Like,
yeah, I know.
I think there's the feeling there's no center at the top of that draft this year. That's what really complicates
Why
things.
wouldn't
for
you
the
bring
Leafs.
out, like, if you can get a prospect?
There's no Matthews there, right? So now it's a whole different equation as to what happens next.
You're
don't
the same team.
I don't hate the notion though of like them looking at centers because they're not in the center position they used to be.
32-year-old center with 3 years left when Matthews has 2.
If you can find me a better deal for an under 30 center in the National Hockey League, considering the assets the Leaf have as of, I will give you $20. Find me a better deal than that, where the other team, and I want to remind Leaf fans, the other team also has to say yes.
All right, that'll be my homework
It's
for
not.
the weekend.
It's not shell. You can't just generate the trade. You need something else.
What do you think New York's going to want back for Trocheck? Like, that's the weird
They
thing.
might be done with Trojan.
No, they are.
You
Obviously.
have no idea. Like, and they, to the point where it's like, we'll take a second rounder. I don't know. We'll find out. We will find out. Harold in the chat. Trade Matthews to San Jose for the second pick. Start the rebuild. That's something San Jose would listen on. That's something the Leafs would listen on.
We got no. I think Pagnotta had that they would. But again, how much? Like, there's so many other contracts on this roster. You also have to get if you're going to rebuild.
No kidding.
Like, it's not just Matthews. Matthews.
No
doesn't.
kidding.
Obviously, it starts a rebuild. But what are you going to do with all your other guys that are like of a certain age?
Well, okay. You mentioned the other guys.
No,
You mentioned the other guys.
We got a lot more to get to.
Frank Saravelli, this morning on a show you know a little bit. Not this is not your show. This was on the Fan pregame. Says it really feels like Morgan Riley's done. I'm not as convinced. Are you as convinced? Because of his marketability and his no movement clauses?
Do I think he should be, or do I think he is?
Do you think I'm not sure? We all think he should be,
right?
Do you think he is what I'm asking you.
I mean, I feel like we had this exact same discussion last year, and I don't know what changed from last year to this year. How you're going to make this guy change his mind?
If anything, it got worse. It got worse.
But it was pretty bad last year.
It got worse.
You would have thought he needed a change last year.
He had a worse year, 100%.
Well, now what if he says the same thing Auston says? Well, let me see what coach you're bringing.
And he might.
He could.
You might.
He totally could. That's the mess you're in right now. Morgan now might say, let me see what coach you bring in. Maybe he can help my game.
Trafal in the chat. Leafs need a whole new team.
Yes.
Yep. At the end of the day, that's what we're saying.
But okay, so here's my question. Like, okay, that deal for Auston, like, do you make that trade before you understand if you can get out of the rest of the contracts?
I have a feeling,
like, to me, it becomes about the other guys first, then Auston.
I have a feeling he plays for the Leafs this season. Then he's gone. Kind of like a guy in Edmonton.
But what does that mean for the season? It's going to suck.
I have no idea what it's going to mean for. It's a good question. I have no idea what it means for. Like it.
See, I'd rather get ahead of it and then just
like
you figure out
who the head coach is going to be. Will tell us what they want to do.
Yeah.
If they bring because reportedly they haven't even reached out to Cassidy yet.
Such a mess.
I don't know if they're going to reach out to Cassidy.
Well, because Cassidy might not be the right thing if this
I'm
team
with
wins.
you. I'm not Team Cassidy for the Leafs at all.
So the coach is going to determine the players. The players need to determine the coach. Like we're just going in a circle here. Like honestly,
I think they'll be. You don't think there'll be alignment? Sundin and Chayka. No, I'm serious. Sundin and Chayka are going to at least pick the coach. So at least 3 people will be aligned. You don't like that? You're just mad at everything.
No,
you don't.
I don't see a way out of this for them right now. I think they're screwed either way.
I'm not fighting you at all on that. Like you and I have been. I'm like, for any Leaf fan who didn't see this roster situation coming, I don't know what to tell you. But we're here now. So the only thing that can happen that's a positive to me is at least this new coach, whoever it is, needs to be on the same page with his bosses. That's it.
Yeah. That's fair.
Because then it's going to be a long series of kind of weird trades.
Yeah.
A fun first overall pick moment should they stay at 1. But after that, I don't know what to tell you. Frege also this morning had a really interesting thing on the Oilers and Cassidy.
Mm-hmm.
The Oilers, according to Elliott, are going to wait until the Golden Knights playoff run is done and call their bluff on the Cassidy thing. Because Vegas this week and Kelly McCrimmon, for those who missed it, said we're gonna deal with this issue when our playoff run is done. The earliest the Stanley Cup final can end is something like June 11th.
Yeah, first week of June.
Like the opening day of the World Cup. So the Edmonton Oilers,
but don't they kind of have to? They made their bed now. This is their bed. They got their hand caught in the cookie jar. They have to wait now because they know that's their guy.
You can hire a coach whenever you feel
like. Who is it if it's not Cassidy?
That's a question for them to decide.
Like you said, the second guy might be Berube.
They had a guy who went to 2 finals in a row in their backyard, and all of a sudden they're like, okay, well, we screwed up those comms. Yeah. So now we had to fire him. But like waiting till June, I don't think the Oilers will wait that long. That's crazy. The pressure internally in Edmonton to figure that. You think Connor McDavid is enjoying waiting to see who the head coach is going to be? Vegas can completely screw them. We talked about this over and over.
Yeah.
Edmonton, smarten up and just hire Berube and figure it out. Seriously.
What a fall off, though. Come on. You wouldn't wait for Cassidy if Berube is your backup?
Just get Berube and figure it out.
All right.
Manny Malhotra sounds like I might get done fairly soon, is the other thing Frege had today.
It would be the right call, though. I think we're all just kind of waiting for it, no?
But it would be the right call. But both Vancouver and Edmonton are both under now oddly similar types of pressure with different types of coaches. You think Malhotra, they can let Malhotra go now?
Because we talked about it yesterday. Vancouver's already committed to a rebuild. There's less pressure there than there is in Edmonton to figure this out right away.
But they put the pressure on themselves.
To your point, McDavid has 1 year.
But they put the pressure on themselves with Manny. Like we ran the Ryan Johnson clips this week. Like that's obviously their number one guy.
Right, obviously.
Like, so yeah, I feel like both of those markets in different ways have 100% put pressure on themselves.
But then there's other young coaches they could get. I just mean Edmonton seems to have one target and that's it. And I get Malhotra is the number one target. I think there's other guys who could be brought in for a rebuild.
The Edmonton thing is
it's a mess too.
To paint yourself in that corner.
Yep, you're right.
Not that Cassidy wouldn't help them. We all know he's probably the smart choice. Vegas is going to mess with you at every turn on this.
Again, the Vancouver thing's messy too because of his kid.
It is. I would never draft a kid that high whose dad was the coach.
100%.
Ever.
It seems weird.
But that tells you they also like Caleb Malhotra in the scouting department.
Yeah.
Because if they didn't...
How's he not going to don't think it's kid who he developed?
Manny, what do you think of your son? He's got some flaws. That was the other thing on that front. Oh, did you read the Sidney Crosby quotes from the World Championships?
I think I saw 1 or 2 come up in my timeline. Yeah.
Talk to Josh Yeo of The Athletic. And it's about playing like long term. So he's 38 now. He's got 1 year left on the deal in Pittsburgh. And he was asked by Josh Yeo, is next season your last season? Sidney Crosby said, quote, not at all.
Amazing.
And then Josh goes, You going to play another 5 years? Sidney Crosby goes, that'd be nice. And then he told Josh Yo that he's looking forward to signing a series of 1-year deals from this point on with Pittsburgh.
At 8.7?
I don't know if it's at 8.7. It might be.
Probably.
It should be.
The cap's going up.
So about signing the 1-year contracts, here's what Sidney Crosby said. It's pretty obvious why I would just go year to year with the contracts. At the end of the day, I'm just going to do what's best for the team. It's got nothing to do with how long I want to play. It's not like that at all. Crosby is being sly like a fox in that comment. Of
course he is.
Because the 1 year is good for the team. It's also very good for him if all hell breaks loose. Because we don't know if Malkin's going to be back there. And, you know, if you're Sidney Crosby at this point, like if Ovechkin didn't go to another team and we're still waiting to hear on Ovechkin's future, if Crosby in the last 2 years didn't ask out, I don't think he's ever asking out.
Yeah, no, of course.
He's going to stay a Penguin.
He's committed to it now. Yeah, without a doubt.
You're with me on that?
Yeah, 100%.
I
was going to ask, do you think it's like a Verlander Scherzer type thing where it's like, let's see who retires first, Ovi or Sid?
Oh, they're just waiting?
They're just waiting for each other.
It's like,
they want the other guy to retire first.
It's like two guys at either ends of the ice after the warm-up, and they're waiting to see who leaves first. Yeah, it could be like that. But I'm as convinced as ever Crosby is going to stay a Penguin.
For sure.
But man, if you are these other contending teams,
dude. But again,
and he's on a 1-year deal, and Dubas like says the wrong thing to him one day in the hallway, and he's still a 90-point player a year. Sidney Crosby, the marketability, the actual talent he still has, the productivity he still has. How do you not just take a swing? Listen, the odds are he's a Penguin for life. Dubas could still screw this up.
Yeah, for sure.
I do believe
But he did bring in a lot of draft picks, which we've talked about, right? He has first rounder in the next 3 years, 2 second rounders, and 3 in the next 2 years, and then 3 in 2028. Like, that's a lot of young talent that could come around, Sid, and help him out.
It's true. It's true.
So, I mean, he's got a draft right, too. He can't mess this up.
Moose in the chat, Crosby wants the single team legacy.
Yeah, why not?
Of course he does. But Dubas can grade on you.
Yeah, that's fair.
Dubas can grade on you. Hey, Azzo.
Yes, sir.
Great time of year.
Because it's Mitch Marner time.
It is Mitch Marner time. Puck drops, tip-offs, first pitches. When the game is on, you call the shots. Head to betway.ca and bet your way. Must be 19 plus. Play responsibly. The Eric Lauer Award this year for the Toronto Blue Jays goes to Spencer Miles.
Hell yeah.
Congratulations to Spencer Miles. The Jays won. The pitching the last 2 nights in New York was just savage. Jays beat the Yankees 2-0. They improved to 23-24 on the year. Bullpen day last night, but it was Spencer Miles who stole the show. 4 1/3, no earned runs, 6 Ks over 63 pitches in shutting down the New York Yankees. Aaron Judge goes 1 for 15 in the entire 4-game series.
7 strikeouts.
He struck out 7 times.
I think 7 in a row or so. Something close to that. He might have even had more strikeouts, but I know 7 was like, whether it was in a row with that last one last night, it was bad. He's down in the dumps too.
But let's give some love here to Ross Atkins and one of the great Rule 5 draft picks of all time last December. Now, for those not overly familiar, I know most of you are, the Rule 5 draft every December in Major League Baseball around the winter meetings, right? I think all the GMs are together. So basically, if you're a player not on the 40-man roster for a major league team and you haven't been on the 40-man roster for like 4 or 5 years, something like that, you are now technically up for grabs in the Rule 5 draft. And if another team wants to pay $100,000 to bring you in and keep you on their 40-man roster, that's the key. They can. So last December, Ross Atkins gets Spencer Miles from the San Francisco Giants, a guy with a long injury history who's never pitched above single A ball.
Last year.
It was just last year.
He was in single A.
Never pitched above single A ball.
Crazy.
And Spencer Miles is holding the whole thing together with Scotch tape.
He's unbelievable.
He's unbelievable.
I told you, I just like how he goes out there and he's all business, man. He seems to be taking this very seriously. And for a guy who's had significant injury history, like he knows this is a shot.
Oh, 100% he knows it's a shot. You have some sound from him after the game, right?
They asked him after the game, like, how are you growing? Because, like, what is it? In the last week, he's got his first strikeout, his first win, his first, like, he's rolling right now,
and
man.
shout out to Adam Macko as well. Someone in the chat says, shout him out.
Shout out everybody who pitched yesterday.
He's
Braden
been amazing.
Fisher had 4 strikeouts start the game. Like, he looked amazing.
Adam
Macko, I told you he was going to get a chance to
Yep,
shine,
it's
and he
true.
looked great.
True.
Like, he's awesome, right?
And
Tyler Rogers, and even Jeff Hoffman. Like, let's give Jeff Hoffman. He looked good yesterday.
we'll get to Hoffman in a sec.
Okay.
For sure. I want to deep dive that one with you.
Okay.
But Spencer Miles is, again, your Eric Lauer award winner for 2026. Just don't piss off John
With Patrick
Schneider.
Corbin, too.
Well, I mean, he gets my second place vote, Patrick Corbin.
How does Corbin draw Skeens this week? He's the guy who has to go up against Skeens this weekend.
Because Patrick Corbin will do what he's told.
I guess.
You know what
That's $1 million contract.
You know what the lesson was with Eric Lauer this year? Shut up and do your job.
Well, that's why I pulled this audio of Spencer Miles. Because it seems like this, not only is he taking it seriously, but he's trying to learn. He's trying to become a consistent part of this. Not trying to show the coach or do anything. But they asked him about his start and how he's progressing. Because that's more than, again, he's gotten his first strikeout, first start, first win with this team in like the last week or so, in the last couple weeks. So this is, they've asked him about like how he's learning, what he's doing to try and add innings, to try and add pitches. And I found his answer very interesting.
All right, Spencer. Whoa.
Yeah, that came out hot.
Wow,
Sorry.
coming in.
Right next to Dylan Cease the other day, and I think something that he does so well is he's, like we were talking about, using my legs. He sits so well. He doesn't drift too much, and he sits and then glides after that. So his first move's always down, which I was timing myself with him, and like I was releasing the ball a full second before I'm even starting after. I just have a kind of a quick motion, and I get down the hill quick. So tonight, especially in the windup, I was focused on like sitting and using my legs so I'm not getting fatigued as quick. Because, throwing with, if you're throwing with 80% arm, you're going to get fatigued quick. Those are the small muscles. So you want the arm to be along for the ride. And I think just using my legs and keep learning about myself, especially 50, 60 pitches and on, you learn about yourself and your tendencies and what you need to get back to.
Like, tell me that doesn't sound like a big league pitcher now.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
And I like it. Like, I know we all love the savage, like the bravado, and I'm built for this and that, but that's a guy just like knowing what he can do and trying to figure out.
Brock in the chat, give Pete Walker some credit.
Yeah, without
Spencer
a doubt.
Miles, no doubt
But you have to
about
have
it.
commitment from the guys, right? Like a guy like Manoah, I figured was like a guy you couldn't tell things
You're
to.
right.
You talked about it, how the pitch clock screwed him up. Like, here's a guy trying to extend himself to become whatever this team is, whether it's the rollover guy or the starter. He's willing to do anything he can, and I love that.
F and Leafs in the chat. I can't pronounce the whole tag. Jay's dug a big hole. Can they get a wild card spot? I still think they can.
Have you seen the rest of the American League? I know we keep going to it.
It is the worst.
Yeah,
it's
very
dog
bad.
food. The rest of the American League, awful.
By the way, I think everybody in Pittsburgh's division is over 500. By the way, in the NL Central.
Well, Pittsburgh, who the Jays get this weekend, they're 2 games above 500. You know, the last time the Pirates finished the year 2 games above 500 was like 2018.
That's insane.
Like, it's been a long. Actually, I thought it was way longer than that. But in 2018, they kind of got there.
Yeah, every team in the Central is over 500.
Wow, that's pretty good. Spencer Miles, because you're hearing the whispers. Do you just make him the 5th starter, or do you do this bull? The problem is you have one bad bullpen series. You can't really do this a lot.
You can't.
So is Spencer? Are we like a month away or less from Spencer Miles becoming the unofficial / official 5th starter?
It's good to know you have him and that he's doing that. Like, that's why I wanted to play that, because he's trying to be ready for everything and anything. And he's hanging around with guys like Cease, trying to see what works, how to extend himself, how to get to that 60 and over pitch payout. So I like it. Like, why not? When you put him in like that, you ride him as long as you can.
And well, what if he loves the opener? What if he's the anti-Eric Lauer? And then you put him in a
Because it
situation where it doesn't work.
Well, they had
I'm
two
saying.
guys before him yesterday. Yeah, why not? I mean, again, I think to your point, it depends where you're at with your bullpen.
It definitely depends on where you're at.
Right? Depends what those first.
Are you overusing? Are you not? It's all relevant. It's all important.
Like, how funny is that? This Jays series, they scored 14 runs total. They scored 6 and 4 in the first 2, which were losses. They scored 4 in the last 2 each game, and they won those 2. Like, last night was a Jays game they would have won last year. Defense looked solid. That play by Okamoto at third, that double play, like, they looked solid in the field, and they got some timely hits. That's the Jays.
Still got to score some runs, man.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. They got lucky splitting this
like,
series.
No, but like it's you're relieved after the win.
Yeah.
You don't feel great after the win.
No, but you come home.
You're
with a
relieved
split.
after the win.
You were in every one of those games with the Yankees, who
You
are
were.
at the top of your division.
You were.
I like this point by, who was it? Edward, I believe. Shoot, I just lost it. They're like, I think he's referring to, you put him as the fifth starter because how much can you even count on Patrick Corbin? I can't remember. I can't see where it went.
Well, Corbin feels like he's going to collapse
Edward
at any
Leo.
moment. And
Fourth starter, Corbin won't last, so I think he's suggesting you do make him a fifth starter.
MVK in the chat, Santander update today. We do have some news coming up in a second. And listen, considering the way the offense has gone, it might be significant.
And now Barrios not coming back. Bieber, dude, and what happened to Yimi Garcia? Like, is he just like, I thought we heard he was advancing well, and now he's gone again.
Yeah, he's
It's so weird with this team.
he's like Pokeroo. I'm
Now,
not
Bieber
sure he's
might
real.
be the next guy back. Like, it's
If
crazy.
Shane Bieber comes back before Jimmy Garcia, get out of here. So George Springer goes deep again last night. And like the reality of Springer's year, 959 OPS last year. He has a 620 OPS right now. I mean, we all saw regression. I don't know if we saw it to this extent, but I'm not stunned by it.
No.
Are you stunned by it,
I don't
Azzo?
think
Because I'm not
anybody can
stunned
be.
by it.
Nobody can be.
Also, he's injured clearly, and he's hobbling, and all the things that come with George Springer. Like you're happy he went deep last night, but
Sadly, they have to put him in the leadoff spot, and he is still one of their best hitters.
They do.
With all that.
They have to put him in the leadoff spot. So after the game, Hazel May talked to him. Funny enough, like Vladdy and everyone left him alone, which I did find interesting last night at Yankee Stadium.
I think there's a lot of that going on with this team right now.
Just enough with the tomfoolery.
Let's chill. Yeah.
Like, let's act like adults.
It's like a professional baseball team.
Or they just don't mess with George like that. Maybe George has a reverence where the ridiculous Gatorade things at the end of the game are. Yeah. I pray it's ended.
The guy's hurt enough. Don't make him pull it back. He's hurt. He's an older guy.
Let's not mess around with George.
Let's chill. Yeah.
But Hazel asked, how do you do it? You're clearly not 100%. Like why? Like she almost asked him, why are you still out here? In a very respectable way. And this was how the exchange.
Are we hearing that a lot this year?
Yeah, we are.
Off to you, Hopalong Cassidy, with the broken toe. The fact that you can run the way you do and still hit is a tribute to what? What are you doing that's keeping you on the field, George?
I do it for the boys. I do it for the fans. I owe it to everybody to be better and to play better, and I will. But at the end of the day, I want to play, and I won't want to be out there and. Just kind of is what it is.
I feel like I need to be out there
for the boys
and the fans.
Yep.
Doug,
let me ask you this though.
Doug in the chat. Springer hitting 198. It's true. Go ahead, sorry.
No, it is also a contract year for George. Do you think he wants to play more past this year? He's hitting 200 now for the record, Doug.
I will say, let's get it right. 200.
He's right
what
at
about
200.
Accuracy?
He's right at 200.
But I guess my point of view on that is, if George Springer absolutely kills it in the final 2 months of the year, let's say, his numbers are still going to look rather pedestrian. So I don't know what it does or doesn't do for him. I think. Listen, is George Springer going to get offered a contract next year in Major League Baseball? Yes.
But hold on, he hits another big home run like he did in the ALCS last year. Doesn't a team pay him for October? Who cares about the regular season?
I mean,
my only thing is he's a DH. How many teams need him as a DH? Like that's the other crazy part. We're at with this Jays team.
You're going to need a productive DH.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's
like for a team to commit to him as a DH.
There will be interest. No doubt about it. There will be interest. I just don't know to what extent.
Funny thing is he is still the Jays' best option at DH, which is insane.
He has more homers than Vladdy.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
What does he have, 4? He has 4 homers?
Yeah.
Vladdy has 3?
Yep. Vladdy definitely has 3.
Because the Detroit home run in Comerica Sunday was his 3rd.
And George has played a lot less games.
Oh, yes, he has. Yes, he has.
Yeah, George has 4. Yep.
Oh, my God.
Vladdy has 3.
I don't... I admire, to go along with kind of where Hazel went with it, I admire him being out there. He's not helping them.
He did yesterday.
He did, but...
I think that's all they're hoping for, a big swing
if
from
the
him.
Yankees scored any runs, he wouldn't have.
Who are you going to put on instead of him, though, right now?
I mean...
Like, they don't have a hot bat. If you had a hot bat, I'd hear this from
Do they
you.
have a bat hitting above 200?
Actually, I'll double check.
Do they honestly?
No,
How many guys are hitting higher than 210 on the team right now? I don't need all the other stats. Give me batting average. We're going old school on this. How many guys on the Jays?
Okamoto is only batting 218. Like Jimenez is batting 240. Varsho is at 276. Jesus Sanchez 277. Guerrero's at
why not Sanchez as a DH?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I think
and you
maybe you just
protect
need
him.
the
You protect him
leadership.
from his own chains when he's diving.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to play defense.
Sure.
I love George, and my concern with the Jays is they just do things because that's what we do. I'm worried about that.
More home runs than Vladdy in 19 less games. Jesus.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. Vladdy, by the way. Okay. Well, while we're here.
Mm-hmm.
While we're here.
The projection?
Give me 2 seconds. While we're here, he's on pace for 10 home runs. Wow. Jeff Hoffman, in his last 3 outings for the Jays, has not allowed a run. He has 1 hold, and he got the save last night.
Yep.
Got the save in 12 pitches last night.
Dude, he looked good.
What
he was firing it.
What do we do with this, Azo?
Well, you sit on it and hope it continues. Somebody's just got to tell him to go out there and just throw the ball. Just fire it. Like he's throwing hard yesterday. A couple were in the dirt, but the way it comes out of his hands, we know this. Out of the zone stuff, hitters always swing it. He's got the stuff. We know that. You just got to go out there and not think. Just throw the ball. There's a difference between throwing it and aiming it. And I think sometimes he aims it, and that's when he gets caught with the home runs.
It just catches everyone's attention because, those are games. Jays needed some pitching.
Yeah.
Jays needed people to go out there and close it down. No.
There were a couple in the dirt, but the guys are swinging. It's about something that he has on it. He's just got to go out there and fire it.
Clayton in the chat, and Hoffman didn't do the stupid flex thing after the game.
Yes, I think he's learned. Yeah, I think he's
wow.
learned.
So hold on.
He didn't.
Schneider didn't get doused with Gatorade and stupid water Springer. Sorry, Springer didn't get doused. Hoffman didn't do the flex. You know what? Little humility would actually do this team a lot of good.
100%.
I'm here for it.
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah.
I'm
Until you
fine
get
with
back
that.
into it.
I'm fine with that.
Yep.
Start flexing and doing all this garbage when you're 2 games, 3 games above
100%.
500. You have all the fun in the world.
Don't be 10 games out of the division.
Don't be 10 games out of the division, and don't be already eyeing the wild card in May, and be flexing and dunking and just grow up.
Yeah.
Grow up. While you're at it, get a real banner for the ALCS that you won last year instead of sharing one. Like space is scarce. Crazy. Can we show quickly the 2 ABSs I saw yesterday?
For sure.
So JC Escara, catcher for the Yankees last night, challenged that this was a strike. You throw it up, please? Yep. Not even close. That's 2 inches above the zone. Because we all bang away at the umpires for being garbage. I'm seeing some garbage player ABS challenges lately.
For sure.
The Yankees challenge, that was a strike. And what made me laugh even harder was Marcus Semien in the Mets game thought this was a ball.
That's almost as bad as the Volpe.
That's worse. Marcus Semien, a veteran of the game, said, you know what? I don't think that's a strike.
You think sometimes they just think, I can't believe I didn't swing at that. I better challenge it?
Potentially.
You're seeing a lot of catchers apologize to umpires too after challenging and getting it wrong.
Maybe.
I wonder if you need that for the rest of the game.
Maybe.
By the way, speaking of Mets, you see Bo heating up? Another 2 RBIs yesterday.
Is he on pace now for 12 home runs this season?
I think he hit one. He hit another one.
Is that what he's on pace
9 RBIs in the series against the Washington Nationals, although that series got a bit silly. 7 hits. Bumped his average up from 210 to 225.
Really?
Go. Yeah. Right. He's moving. He's getting hot.
They're making a move.
He's comfortable now with all the changes that he had to make.
All right. There's 3 more things I want to hit on here before we go. Let's go to the NBA here, Azo.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Game 2, Knicks-Cavs happened last night. Knicks are up 2-0 in the series in the Eastern Conference Final. But before it all began, on NBA Today on ESPN, they had a special guest. And Malika Andrews was the host, and they had Brian Windhorst was there. They had a full desk getting ready for the Eastern Conference Final. And they also had another expert on the desk to give his opinion. And that person was Danhausen from the WWE. Azo, again, for the lay person who's not familiar with Danhausen in the world of professional wrestling, who is Danhausen? What is his shtick?
He's very good and very evil. He's a fun guy, but he likes to curse some people sometimes.
And not like swear. You mean actually like put a curse on you.
Yeah.
You are cursed.
Yep.
Okay.
That's it.
So Danhausen was on
the moves. You are.
I don't know the move. Hold on. Is that the move? Let me try it with you.
Okay.
And you are cursed.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm Danhausen.
You got it. Nailed it.
I'm also that pale. So I look like Danhausen.
It's true.
So Danhausen, because ESPN and the WWE and TKO have a pretty close relationship now.
Of course.
Danhausen's
Super
in
tight.
New York, and Danhausen is on NBA Today with Malika Andrews and the crew. Like he's feet away from Brian Windhorst. Like just try and picture it for the listening audience. And he was asked to make a prediction on the Eastern Conference Final. This was before Game 1, and this was what Danhausen said.
I have a special mission I've been sent on, and it is for the Cleveland Cavaliers tonight. To let them know that they are cursed.
Oh, man.
Why?
Sorry,
Well, because we're here. We're New York City, the world's greatest city in all of the world.
Okay.
So we have to curse their enemies.
Oh my goodness.
Have to curse their enemies.
He has to. Of course he does.
So Danhausen cursed the Cleveland Cavaliers on live on ESPN before Game 1. That night, the Cavs blew a 22-point fourth quarter
So
lead.
they're cursed.
They are cursed.
It's his stick's
They
real.
are 100%
His
cursed.
stick is real.
And it has nothing to do with the turnovers of James Harden. It is Danhausen.
But it was nice watching Donovan Mitchell actually play basketball again, huh? He looked good at the beginning of that game.
Yeah, he's still under heat.
Yeah.
To kind of do more when
And
it's
now he's
when it's
playing
needed.
in his hometown. Like he's.
I know
from
it's a
right
big
around.
moment for him. So Danhausen curses the Cavs. Cavs lose Game 1
after winning by 22.
They were up by 22 in the fourth quarter.
Crazy.
Lose. Ben Stiller, Chalamet, everyone in the first row going crazy. Last night, tight game at halftime, but then out of nowhere, Josh Hart of the Knicks, like your ultimate glue guy. He has 26 points and 1 turnover.
Goes off.
He goes off. Josh Hart goes off. Knicks are up 2-0 in the series. So after the game last night, why is everyone saying hygiene?
No, it's one person. So just.
Oh, never mind.
It's one person that just keeps saying it.
Okay.
Which I don't get.
I don't get it either.
When people do that.
I thought there was news breaking
you
about it.
You are blocked.
Yes.
No.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry, I thought news broke somewhere.
No. Don't worry.
So the Knicks go up 2-0 last night. And after the game, Mike Brown, head coach of the Knicks, is talking about Josh Hart's night. And he brought up the example of while he was part of the Golden State Warriors staff years ago, he said you had to approach Andre Iguodala differently. Like it didn't matter what the analytics said about Andre Iguodala. You had to approach him differently. He was a different kind of player.
Especially in the playoffs.
He goes, Josh Hart is kind of like that. He goes, I don't care what the analytics say. You just got to put Josh Hart in situations and let him feel it out. And comparing a player to Andre Iguodala, high compliment.
Mm-hmm.
High compliment.
Without a doubt.
So Josh Hart comes up to the podium with Karl Anthony Towns. They're there together. And someone in the media brings up what Mike Brown just said about, Josh Hart is very Andre Iguodala-like in terms of you got to throw analytics out of the window. Treat Josh Hart differently and he will reward you. Josh Hart is a unique player. And this is the exchange that took place about analytics. And if Keith Pelly heard this, he would throw up in his mouth. Check it out.
Was first off, was a hell of a player. I don't know if I'm at that level, but I just try to go out there and just play my game. I'm never a huge analytics guy. At a certain point, they're a lamppost to a drunk person. You can lean on them, but it won't get you home. So at a certain point, you got to have a good feel for the game.
Oh my God, bro.
I'm not gonna lie, that was Gerald Wright, his quote, man. So shout out Jay Wright.
Wait, hold up. No, we're not moving on from that.
That's a great quote.
Oh my God.
Analytics drunk, lamppost to a drunk person. It ain't gonna get you home. You can lean on it though.
I was with Cal, so I ain't hear that.
You ain't even go to college.
John Calipari never had those quotes for him at Kentucky.
No kidding. Oh my goodness.
Analytics are like a lamppost for a drunk person. You can lean on it, but it won't get you home. Wow.
It's kind of right.
I think he's kind of right.
I think he's kind of right. I like it.
Someone tell MLSE. Someone tell MLSE. That is one of the wilder quotes I've heard in a long time. And he had it memorized. Josh Hart is a unique guy.
Yes,
Like,
without a doubt.
Hell of a player.
I was going to say, he really is.
He is not afraid to talk to you on the court. He is not afraid to talk off the court. He's like the Knicks are. I'm not saying the Cavs are out of it. Cavs have played pretty well at home. They played well at home. I'm not writing them off.
I mean, the fans want Wemby. Did you hear the chants from New York fans already?
We want Wemby?
Yeah.
Don't
and
do
I think
that.
they did the same thing about SGA another time too.
Don't New York.
I don't know if they watch it.
York.
Looking at Cat there, I don't know if you want Wemby, Cat.
Don't do that, man. Do not do that.
Yeah.
All right, so it's 2-0 Knicks.
Yeah, man.
It's 1-1 Oklahoma City. And
It is over. What do you mean you don't
San
think it's
Antonio.
over?
I don't think Cavs have been good at home.
But they're cursed.
They are cursed from
Yeah,
Danhausen.
so they're screwed.
They are. I should have known. Every time Azul brings up Danhausen, it's the most serious tee up, and then he comes over the top with.
It's true.
They
That's
are
a
cursed.
shtick. That's
they
it.
are cursed.
They're cursed.
Um,
We didn't talk about the West yesterday. Would you make a game 2? SGA coming through.
Typical SGA.
Well, I loved it though. He's getting now he's showing himself.
The Jalen Williams hamstring thing. That guy cannot stay on the court for
It's
Oklahoma
crazy.
City, and quite frankly, we haven't really seen a world in the postseason where he hasn't been there.
Right.
I love Shai Gilgeous. This is now going to be quite the task.
This is a big challenge.
If you like the Western Conference in the regular season, different. If you are in there against the Spurs and Wemby and one of the best young teams I've seen since OKC, you're going to need Jalen Williams out there.
No kidding.
In my opinion.
Yes.
And
But
they
lost Harper too, right? The Spurs?
Dylan Harper had to leave the game.
Yeah.
So both teams are kind of feeling it. I just think the Jalen Williams thing is a serious, serious omission. And Shai Gilgeous is going to have to put on his Superman cape like for 48 straight minutes.
Buddy, who was a rookie told stop yelling, I got this. When he took the shot, that was my favorite part of the game.
I like that.
Did you see that?
Don't
I
yell
love
at
that.
me.
Yeah, I'm taking a shot. I got us.
I'm
Leave
working.
me alone.
I'm working. Leave
That
me
was
alone.
amazing. It was so good.
All right, so that's the basketball situation. One more thing before we go. There's a lot of again, we're 3 weeks away from Canada starting their World Cup campaign against Bosnia at BMO Field. The World Cup it starts 3 weeks from yesterday, in earnest. And there are certain teams that reveal their 26-man roster for the FIFA World Cup, and you're like, okay, that's cool. But there are others you look at a bit more closely. Like in Brazil, it's a national holiday waiting for that announcement. And there was some scenes on social media about that. Like Neymar just got on the team. Other players were like fainting when they were put on the squad by the Italian manager Carlo Ancelotti. Like it's a big deal, obviously. The other nation where it's just like it's not even a national discussion. It's an international discussion. It's England. And England today and their German coach, Thomas Tuchel, announced their roster. Some big names not on the list. Cole Palmer of Chelsea, not on the list. Harry Maguire of Manchester United, who had a great second half to the year, not on the list. Morgan Gibbs-White, who basically kept Nottingham Forest out of the relegation zone towards the end of the year, single-handedly, not on the list. Arguably the biggest, Phil Foden of Manchester City, not on the list. In terms of the omissions, I'll say this. Morgan Gibbs-White, I was surprised about. Harry Maguire is an older defender. I don't mind moving on from older defenders. Phil Foden and Cole Palmer were awful this year. Awful. Cole Palmer was hurt for most of it for Chelsea, and when he was out there, he was disinterested. And Phil Foden, like Man City had to go get Semenyo from Bournemouth mid-season because Foden was a complete no-show. He allowed Doku on the left side to completely take over. They brought in Semenyo on the right side. Foden had no more room. Shirky, the French midfielder, he took over. Bernardo Silva, the old guy in the group's like, he's not sitting me. I'm playing. And whenever Phil Foden got out there, he was not that interesting. I'm fine with those omissions. 100%. Fine with those omissions. There's two that stuck out, though, in terms of kind of, that surprised me. Well, there's three. Jed Spence from Tottenham was weird. Tottenham have had an awful year. Madueke from Arsenal is not a good winger, and he's on this team. I don't really understand it. The one that everyone's looking at is Ivan Toney, who has been playing in Saudi Arabia for the last year, and he's been putting up numbers, but like he's been playing in Saudi Arabia. Usually, players in Saudi Arabia for England don't get World Cup call-ups over other dudes. That's not how it works. But I'll say this: Thomas Tuchel is a smart guy. Okay. The guy running England, the tall drink of water from Germany who's running England in this tournament, won a Champions League with Chelsea, a pandemic Champions League, but it was a Champions League with Chelsea, won titles in France with PSG, won the Bundesliga with Bayern. He knows what he's doing. And Ivan Toney, the one thing about Ivan Toney that people aren't bringing up is if anyone's seen him take a penalty, it's one of the best penalties you'll ever see. Like, he looks dead straight at the keeper. He gives nothing away at the keeper and then doesn't miss. I think he's like a career 26 for 28 in penalties. And it's like look up Ivan Toney penalties on YouTube. And you'll know why he was selected for a World Cup. Because I got news for you, especially towards the end. Might be some shootouts. And if you have a sub left, I guarantee you, if you're Thomas Tuchel and you think it's going to a shootout, Ivan Toney is coming onto the field. I guarantee it. Based on 90 minutes or like 105 minutes, if you're counting the first half of extra time, I don't know if you're going to see him. If it's going to a shootout, Ivan Toney's coming on the field for England. 100%. And the other thing to remember is like this might be the hottest World Cup ever. Ever. Hotter than Qatar. At least Qatar was like winter. Their winter. This is going to be a scorcher for teams. And nations in this World Cup will be using more players than ever before. I guarantee it. So that's another aspect of this. But the Ivan Toney thing is everyone's criticizing it. It's the shootouts, guys. He's ridiculously good at shootouts. So that's one I would think about. But like on looking at the entire roster here, just kind of one more time. Is this a team that can win England's first World Cup since 1966? I'm not convinced. I think Jude Bellingham is going to be very, very important. He has to look good. He hasn't looked good for a couple of seasons for Real Madrid. It's been a combination of things, but injuries and a poor atmosphere at the club, it sounds like. But Jude Bellingham is going to be important. Harry Kane's going to get his goals. I'm pretty sure of it. Bukayo Saka is going to chip in here or there. My favorite English player. But I think Jude Bellingham is going to matter here in a serious way. If he gets back to the level he was at when he went from Dortmund to Real Madrid, the way he was a couple years ago at the Euro, especially early in that tournament, England might do it. On current form, I don't know. I don't know if this is the team that wins a World Cup. But it gives Thomas Tuchel a lot of options. Azzo, you got to play, you got to build a team for all of your scenarios.
Well, and as a coach, right? Because me and my cousin were texting about this morning because he thought those three names were big omissions. Foden, who are the other two? Cole Palmer and Alexander-Arnold, right?
Alexander-Arnold, he hardly played for Real.
But if a coach knows he can't get much out of him, the one that surprised, who's the Man City defender? Stones
hardly played either.
But he's on the squad, right? Because I read a quote where
he's on the squad.
I believe so, isn't he? I thought I read he was.
I did not see Stones on there. Is Stones on the team? Give me a second.
Because I thought I read a quote from the coach saying that he thinks he can be key, but he is worried about his fitness.
I mean, look, coaches have their favorites.
Yes.
Like it happens all the time. But it's also a situation where yes. Oh my God, John Stones is on the team.
Yeah. So see, that's the guy I was looking at.
That's a weird pick.
Right. That's the one that circled for me.
That's a weird pick. Over Alexander Arnold, that's a weird pick.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm with
okay.
you.
So I'm not alone on that
agree.
one. Okay.
I totally missed that John Stone's hardly saw minutes for Man City this year.
That's the one I looked at, and I was like, what? Because I read a quote. Where was it? It said 2 goals.
Sorry, I take it back. If taking John Stones over Harry Maguire is insane.
Okay.
Sorry. In terms of Stones himself, yes. That's weird.
But
I think that's weird.
How do you say his name? Tuchel? The
Tuchel,
coach?
Thomas
Tuchel?
Yeah.
His quote was key player, but is concerned about his fitness. And to your point, it's going to be so hot. That's the one I just didn't understand.
And they got guys who get hurt. Like Reece James. Reece James might get hurt climbing onto the plane. Like,
there's a guy already just broke his jaw. Spence? Is it Tanya?
Yeah, Spence hasn't seen a ton of time.
Right. That's another one that was, I read curious. When I was reading through the
that
roster,
one
I was
was weird. That one was weird to me.
Okay.
But I don't think Cole Palmer or Phil Foden did anything to earn that spot this year.
But is that because the manager thinks these guys fit his system better? Like, those are the ones I just looked at.
Listen, Thomas Tuchel, the one thing I do like about him is he will do what he needs to do.
Mm-hmm.
And look, for any English fan who's like overly upset, I understand at a couple of these picks, like nothing's worked since 66.
Yeah, that's true too.
So
that's a great point.
Why don't you like the irony of if a German guy wins a World Cup for England would be quite something.
Yeah. Fair
that
enough.
would be quite something.
And it was all the right decisions. How many goalies they take?
They got 3.
3. Okay. All right.
No, but they're talking about, because you know what's also crazy about this? For the first time in like 40 years, no Liverpool players.
Oh, wow.
There's not
Really?
one
Okay,
Liverpool
I didn't
player
notice
on the
that
team.
either. No way.
I've never lived in a world where that was the case.
Okay.
That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know if this team's good enough to win, but if Bellingham like scores 5 goals, look out.
Oh, for sure. It's funny that Euros you were talking about. I'd bet him to be the high scorer in that tournament, and because he was on fire going.
He must have
into it.
got really good money to be the top scorer of that tournament. Okay, I'm done.
Yeah,
I want the World Cup to show up.
I know. Do you really?
Yes,
you
I
do? Yeah.
Yes, I do.
That's the least the headline of the whole show.
What do you think the main headline of the show is?
Huh?
What's the main headline?
That the Cavs are cursed.
They are cursed. English
Marner
fans
is scared.
Also, I know Marner's scared.
No, he's not.
Yes, he
just
is.
didn't want to re-up for 8 more years of this. He's not
Scared.
scared. He just didn't want to re-up for 8 more years of
Marner
this garbage
in
here.
Toronto was cursed.
That'll get by.
There you go.
That'll get by. By the way, we didn't shout out Jeff Hoffman. It was his 600th strikeout last night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What if Jeff Hoffman just turns this around?
Dude, if he comes out in all business like that, I'm good with it.
Wow.
I don't know.
That would be quite the story.
And when you said we were playing Springer, did you see the video the Jays put out of them running back to the locker room? He's like, put Janice on. They're listening to Drake in the locker room.
That's what they meant by Janice?
Janice STFU is the song on Drake's album.
I thought they were talking about Janis Joplin.
No, I was like, put Janice on. That's a quote I thought we were going to run. Yeah, that's a Drake song.
So that's a new Drake track?
Yeah, it's on the new Drake album. Janice STFU.
I did
whatever
feel,
that stands for.
I did feel a little
I don't know whatever that
old
stands for.
listening. I'm like, oh, Janis Joplin. Wow. They're pretty hip in that Jays clubhouse.
I think it has a bit to do with the STFU part of that song that Springer wanted that on.
Okay.
Anyway.
All right. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
I learned something today.
There you go.
There you go.
I think you listened to all 3 albums that night. That was the first night.
Check
It was
that
a
out.
while
Well,
ago.
I just couldn't process all that. I couldn't process all that.
Oh, man.
Anything else? You good?
I'm good.
All
We're
right.
doing our gratitude circle?
Let's do
we have
quickly.
time?
Let's
Do we
do
have
the Seixeiro Circle of Gratitude. That's where the chat, Azo and myself, huddle, and we talk about things we're thankful for.
Okay.
I am thankful that the Toronto Blue Jays have given people something good to talk about here the last couple of days.
Just say the pitchers.
The pitchers specifically
Yeah, right.
have given people a positive thing to discuss. I do like that.
Okay.
I'm grateful that the Jays haven't completely listen. If the Jays lost the last 2 nights, you and I would be in here having the "is it really over" discussion this year. Because right now that's not the case. I think most of us are on the same page. But I'm grateful the Jays kind of figured it out for 2 nights and are still in a position where they can salvage something.
Come home. Keep it going.
Yeah, against Pittsburgh.
For sure.
How about you?
So I'm thankful for Toronto analysts because we got some good ones in the city. I quote them all the time on this show, like Frankie Corrado, Cheryl Pounder, who was great yesterday. I saw her on Sports Center, and people just in the city who do. Caleb Joseph, who almost got robbed this week and got his stuff back, thank God. But a lot of Toronto analysts who are good people and skilled workers, man. Give shouts out to Craftsman. That's why I'm wearing this hat from Montreal Canada clothing company who do it for them. I want to give them a shout out because they work
What's
hard.
the company again?
Troll Clothing.
Troll clothing. So that's a troll job.
It's a Canada. Yeah, it is.
That's
for
a
sure.
troll job.
Okay, let's get some in the chat.
Go ahead.
I'm thankful for mushrooms on steaks. Do you put any toppings on your
I'm
steaks?
glad.
Anyway.
Sorry, I didn't read the on steaks at the end of that.
Just
I'm
what? You
very
hate
very
mushrooms?
happy that was the comment. No, I thought he was just talking about mushrooms in
Do you
general.
not get to stuff mushrooms when you go to the keg?
I have once.
They're good.
Those are first rate. Those are good.
Chris Brady wants to say he's thankful for Sparkle Jacket Guy.
Yes.
SJG. We started the show talking about JSG. Now we're talking about SJG again. I'm grateful for garlic butter for Stealthy Sammy.
Garlic
Full
butter
circle. He's the one who asked about
is legit.
what we should have.
Yes.
T. What is this? T. Boma
Bo McNeil. Yes.
I'm thankful for Les Habitants. There you go.
Montreal Canadiens, great run.
Yeah, you didn't make fun of my French there, huh?
Nope.
And Jeff in the chat, I'm grateful for the F1 in Canada and Montreal this weekend.
Oh, it's this week. It's a little earlier.
It's a busy weekend in Montreal.
It's a little earlier than normal, right? Okay.
But imagine that. When's game 3 will be what, Monday?
Yeah, technically. Yeah. Well, it's going to be a weekend.
It's going to be a weekend in Montreal. This would have been a good weekend to go down.
Montreal Island is a fun time.
It is. Montreal is a fun time, dude. Just Montreal. I haven't been in a while. I got to get there.
All right. Well, enjoy the weekend. If you're in Montreal for the race, enjoy the. Like I'm saying this because I know I'm an idiot. I can't watch a race live. I can't follow it. I know there are really intelligent auto fans who know every second of every minute around every corner. I can't go live to a race and feel like I know what's going on. I'll just eat.
It's all about the end.
Just eat a hot dog.
Oh man, I remember the Eric Francis. Oh no, what was his name? Eric Thomas, who did it on Sportsnet, and he'd be doing hits from the track, and that's all you'd hear in the background.
It's like, Eric, can you repeat everything you just said? We couldn't hear any of that. All right, enjoy the weekend.
Yeah.
Azo, good stuff. On behalf of Jeff Azzopardi and everyone here at Sick Media, my name is Sid. You've been watching and listening to the Sid Seixeiro Show, powered by Sick Media. Our apologies. We wanted to get to Anthony Santander, but we ran out of time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your weekend. We'll talk Monday. Take care. Talk soon.
I almost forgot the outro.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sid Seixeiro Show on YouTube, X, Instagram, Facebook, and wherever you get your podcasts.